Can y'all hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now? Nice. Hello. Catch the vibe. We'll start in just a second. We're just getting ready. Y'all give me just a second. This sounds like some Scarface music. We not here for the tea. We here for the ice cream. What you want? What you want? All right. Let's get to Big Worm and then we'll get started. I like that playlist. Hey, Big Worm's twerking.
Big Worm twerking in the backyard. Hey, Garden gone wild when the beat start, ayy. Neighbors looking out like, what's that shake? Whole block wiggle when the ground vibrate. Little dirt pile, see it start jumping. Brown line bend and the tail start pumping. Sprinkle a drip, now the crew feel brave. 20 fat worms do the wave in the pavement. Earth split open like a backstage door. They slide out slow, then they drop to the floor. One spin round, got the ants all lurking. Everybody yelling out, big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, wiggle in the mud. Backline squirm when they feel that thud.
I got a complex
whole soil start jerking. Hands in the air for the big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, shake that ground. Tiny little booties make a thunder sound. Kids all scream, even birds stop chirping. World stand still for the big worms twerking. One got stripes like a candy cane stripe. One so thick, make the whole crew wipe. They don't need shoes, they don't need change. They just hit splits and a puddle at the rain. Slug on the side like, teach me move. Snail too slow, but he feel those grooves. Needle on the lawn, tryna act all certain. Camera in his claw for the big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, wiggle in the mud. Backline squirm when they feel that thud. Backyard bounce, whole soil start jerking. Hands in the air for the big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, shake that ground. Tiny little booties make a thunder sound. Kids all scream, even birds stop chirping. World stand still for the big worms twerking.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. Cool. Hold on. I need to go back. Fuck. I'll go back through it later. I need to save that little Scarface sounding playlist. I need to save it to my playlist so I can go back to it. I like that was a good little vibe. It was like a mix of Scarface and Grand Theft Auto all in one. Hell yeah, I'll take that shit. What y'all doing? Screwing? I'm so glad to see y'all. Happy, what is it, Monday? Is it Monday? Oh, shit. Yeah, it's Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. The YouTube streets is on fire. Hey, Remy. Hey, Shacto. I see everybody. Chasen, please take a moment to hit that like. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate that. What are you doing? Screwing? I heard Clue say that the other day on her live. Bitch, get your own identity. You heard? Hey, Andy. Hey, Texas girl. I'm so glad to see all of y'all. Whether you're a lover or a hater, please make sure to hit that like or dislike while you hang out with us tonight. We are going to go over the nonsense granny drama. Hunty. They ain't here for the tea. They here for the ice cream. And I got all the flavors. I sound like a madam. Hey, Shayna. Hey, perfectly. Listen, Tiny's in here. It's kind of late for Tiny and Soup. They'll pop in every now and then when it's late, but sheesh. Hey, Tiny. Hey, Ange. I got my. Listen, I didn't show the other part of my packages to not ruffle any feathers. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, Ange, when I tell you, me and Tony are both obsessed with these. Oh. Hey, woo, Woofy. Glad to see you, Deanna. Oh, man, all of y'all are... Is there nobody live tonight? Like, what? All of y'all coming in. I'm so glad to see y'all. Oh, okay, so the other day, when I ended my live, I forgot to end the poll of where we wanted to go, right, in February for our trip. Squash that. None of those are an option. We have now switched it back to Amsterdam, but we're going to go on my spring break, so in April. And that's tulip season. It's kind of cool. It's not very warm, so it'll definitely be sweater weather, right? Hoodie weather. So yeah, we're going to Amsterdam in April. I'm so excited. Now, I'm not excited for Amsterdam like I am for my tropical destinations, because y'all know I'm a fucking sucker for my tropical destinations, right? So we'll go to Amsterdam in April, and then of course we'll go to Panama City in June or July. Okay, that's just a summer. That's a every summer trip. Is Panama City, because Kaden doesn't get to go, like we. These are our times. These are our celebrations usually that we do trips around. The reason we were doing February is for a Valentine's trip. The reason we've done September is because of our anniversary. Um, so, hey, Jonathan. We don't do tropical. Oh my God, that's all we do. And so here's the thing, I'm not excited for me, I'm excited for Tony. This is a bucket list for him, and we're going to make it happen. So I'm excited for his excitement. I'm excited to make it a great trip for him. I really wanted to do the Anne Frank house. So did he. We're going to have to look, because even like they release the tickets, right? You have to buy them up to 6 weeks ahead of time. When they release them, they're pretty much gone. And then a lot of the travel vlogs for Amsterdam have been showing us that those people that scoop up those tickets are still outside the Anne Frank house for hours upon hours to get in. It's not that serious for me. I can pull it up on the VR. I've done it once before. I know it's not like seeing it in person, but listen, it's just, I don't know if I feel like spending a whole day outside the Anne Frank house. But we're going to do the canal tour, booze cruise for that. We're going to do the tulip fields, the windmills. Of course, we're going to do the coffee shops. Duh. The coffee shops. We are going to do the red light district. We're going to do the neighboring towns. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So don't they speak Dutch? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat has to know. Not the booze cruise. Hell yeah. Them damn boat guys. That's their name. And I looked at Airbnbs there, but they're controversial there. The Airbnbs. I'd rather just stay at a hotel. Where are you going? Amsterdam, city center, Nord, all of those places. I think they speak Dutch. Yes, Sarah Jules. Oh, I haven't, Remy, not here, but I bet they've got something like that. Check the local pot rules. Things have changed. Things have changed. Okay. So the most recent vlogs I've seen is basically you're not supposed to smoke outside the coffee shops, right? But pretty much it's turned a blind eye to, as long as you're not out there drunk and acting a fucking fool. If you're just sitting by yourself, minding your business in the park, and you light one up, most of the time it seems like they're just going to bypass you. But yeah, it's supposed to be in the shops. The red light district, I can't wait to go to. I'm so excited to go to the red light district. Yes, we are, Remy. We're going. They speak Dutch. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We learned word of the day yesterday, which was thank you, or phrase, whatever. Thank you. It's like something like Diakomval or something like that. Okay, so we're still learning. But our Dutch word of the day now, we're going to do one every time I go live. This one is drift kicker, and it means hothead. And the reason I decided to sit, and this is from last week, I had to go back a couple because some of these words I'm not going to need on this vacation, right? Hothead, it's possible. It's possible I'll need that word, right? Because from a lot of the travel vlogs I've been watching, sometimes there's a lot of like the hothead bikers, right? There's so many bikes and people go everywhere on bikes. Just in case I need to know the word to be like, hey, yo, stop being a hothead. The word is drift kicker, okay? It means hothead. Listen,
Je hoeft niet meteen in de verdediging te springen, driftkikker.
Not say any of what she just said except the drift kicker.
Je hoeft niet meteen in de verdediging te springen, driftkikker. Je hoeft niet meteen in de verdediging te springen, driftkikker.
Drift kicker.
Je hoeft niet meteen in de verdediging te springen, driftkikker.
Drift kicker. Okay. I know. I'm just, this is just for fun, Remy. This is just for fun. Because we've been trying to learn little things in Papiamento as well. Remy, they're going to be like, this crazy bitch American. No, Avery. The kid's not, he doesn't go on those trips. That's why we do other summer trips is for him. Let me go grab something. Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta grab my lighter. Actually, I'll grab Tony. I stole Tony's lighter. Don't play with me, Roland. You know your girl ain't got no shame. But I do got some shame when it comes to the public. Like I get embarrassed in the public easily with people like looking at me. So that probably wouldn't happen. Like, listen, we had to take a photo, me, Nunya, and Deets, and I felt so fucking awkward because there were people watching us take the photo at the mural. Like, that's just how I am. I don't know what it is, but I'm so outgoing and I have such an outgoing personality. And then once I'm around people, I'm a social butterfly. After, the tension wears off. I should take, you think so, Deanna? Listen, also, another thing is Amsterdam is not fat friendly. Like, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to treat me like shit, but they're definitely going to be judging me because everybody there is in shape and it's because you fucking walk everywhere. I told Tony I'm ready to start my regimen of building my, what's that called? Damn. Like I want to build it up to where I can last longer. My stamina. We've talked about Oktoberfest in Germany. Hey, Aisha, I tend to believe that they like if because everything there is skinny. Like the houses are skinny. I know the history of it and everything and why. Like, listen, the wider the house, the higher the property tax. So they couldn't have wide houses. Maybe they like wide bitches because of that. Either way, I'm finna make me some Amsterdam friends. Y'all, I swear to God, I will. Oh, no, hell, he ain't. I ain't getting in no window. But I mean, oh, who let Johnson out to play? Me. I'm the one holding myself back all the damn time. I was going to go live yesterday. I was like, no. Day before, I went live for that little bit. Day before that, I was like, no. Coffee. Welcome to the Hippie Hut. I know that was at the beginning of the show. Let's catch up on these. Thank you for joining. Friday night's live had me giggling my ass off. It was fun, wasn't it? It was fun. I had fun Friday night too. But it literally became torture. And I could not do it. I got off that live with such a headache. It was over and over and over. Thank you, Sin. True Texan, they speak English. I know, but I want to talk to them in their language a little bit too. Just please, thank you, appreciate it. Stuff like that, common courtesies. Thank you, True Texan, and enough about the vacation. Get to scoop and member for 2 months. That girl, thank you. Yes, yes. Enough about the vacay. So we learned our word, thrift kicker. Oh, so here's what I did. Okay, hear me out. I was gonna clip the parts that she was mainly talking about Granny, but pretty much her nonsense and stuff was. Oh shit! I forgot to play y'all something. Let me play y'all something. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. Let me find you one. You know what? Since we talk about nonsense and Granny, sorry, nonsense. I'm not sorry. Fuck you, bitch. The live chat will be down on this live probably tomorrow or the next day. So, hey, if you're watching to get screenshots of the chat, you better get them while you're here. Okay. Okay. Thank y'all so much. So, I was going to clip nonsenses, but hers is pretty much through and through about like what her topic is, right? There's a few of her responding to people in the chat, but for the most part, she's just giving her feelings about Granny. Because apparently, right before this live stream, Granny did a live on Kick and was apparently talking shit and telling Jay to be careful of nonsense. So that just, hey, here, I don't know. Here's the vanilla scoop, okay? Because this bitch is definitely vanilla. The vanilla scoop. She is clapping back. She's clapping back at the fact that Granny did a live over on Kick. Said, why we hiding on Kick? I said, oh shit, hide and seek's about to commence. So, oh, Garden Ho, welcome to the Hippie Hut. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you, Garden Ho.
Teenagers. So, hey, Megs. Well, this isn't going to be our live for today, but listen, I got a message this morning, and I guess there's a live stream on Kick that's popping off, and I'm just over it.
She's over it.
I'm over it.
She's over it.
Hold on. Let me play this intro.
Hey, Tasha.
And then we'll get going. Because I have no reason to not talk about this.
Side note, Nonsense has one of the cutest intros. I can give her that.
Good morning. Shortcake, Jasmine, Cat's Eye, Chicana, Froggy,
Okay,
Maria,
I get through this.
Live stream on Kick. Jasmine, it is. It is Granny. It is Granny hosting a live stream on Kick. Yoper Gal. Look, there's not a lot that I'm interested in talking about with her or when it comes to her. Hey, Cindy, because I did genuinely care for Granny. But you're not going to sit here and try to shift the narrative that I did something nefarious or
She's an island girl just trying to make it. Remy, I can't do nothing about it. Sorry about your luck.
Careful, Jay. Yeah, we're not going to do that because I didn't do fuck all to you. In fact, I protected you. I had your back. And when all of this started unraveling and where people were really pushing, trying to get you to go after Jay and Jay to go after you, I told you not to trust anybody. And every time people kept trying to amp you up that Jay was doing this or doing that, I was saying, no, she actually wasn't. She actually asked people to not go after you. And I have text messages to prove it. That's the thing is like, I am so sick of people trying to rewrite shit that didn't go down this way. So I'm just going to talk about it because I have no reason not to. Hey, Conscious.
Thank you, Aisha. Yeah,
hey,
I like Nonsense's intro.
Andy, Sis, Canvas and Crime, Chica.
None of us could have predicted, right? Oh, no. I find this entertaining as fuck. Because both of them are right on a few things. Both of them are wrong on a few things. But they both still suck.
Didn't you? I know. I did too. Amy, Ohio. And I think because in these spaces, we feel like we have to. And just to stir shit, because what's happening is we're stronger together. And Jay and I
just Jay, no,
both have been gone at by the same group of people. They know it. Everybody knows it. It's Truth and his crew that start in, and then the rest pile on, and then it becomes this whole like little shift thing. And they're using Jay for a deflection. And I was in Jay's chat again, chatting it up while she was reviewing Bitter Tea. And Queen. I was there when she reviewed Queen too. I didn't partake in the conversation except saying one thing about like it was awkward. I didn't know all that shit was going down. I was there. But I'm sick of being
that's another thing they both have in common. They both have amnesia about stuff.
chastised for being in a fucking live stream and doing something when I'm not. Like, got nothing to fucking hide. I was there. Yeah.
Hey,
sure was.
Coco. Hey,
Guess
Leon.
what? Needed all the distractions I could get. I can't even really tell you what she said in the beginning because I was late, first of all. And then secondly, I was a little distracted. However, hold me accountable for the things I actually say. Go get my chats. You're not going to fucking chastise me for being in the chat or associating with somebody that was round 1. I was round 2. And now round 3 is upon us. And thank you for renewing your membership. Appreciate you. Hey, Tammy Zink. Hey, Grunge. Yeah, but I don't know why Jay would have to be careful with me. Anyways, I'm sure Jay's careful with everybody. But Jay and I'm just going to, because
here's what I'm going to give like an outsider perspective. Okay. This is what I seen. I seen Nonsense didn't care much for Jay. And then as they all continued hate bonding, she actually seemed to actually enjoy Jay and like Jay. And because I used to talk shit to her about it. Oh, but she did seem to have somewhat of a friendship with Jay, right? And then when shit hit the fan because Jay trolled Truth's chat about his theory, Nonsense, when questioned about it, she just wanted to stay completely out of it. She didn't want to have nothing to do with it. But on Center's panel, she pretty much denied her friendship with Jay. That's what I remember how things went. And then from there, I don't know. Just, I guess, through the quote-unquote breakup between Granny and Nonsense and Granny and Jay and whatever, they found each other back as friends, and that's their fucking business.
Her or me when it comes to this at all. Hey, Vibe, Terry, Canvas and Crime, and you can have your feelings on both of us. I don't really give a shit if you like either one of us. I really, frankly, don't.
Every single fucking one of them have fell out exactly how we've all been predicting for the last year and a half.
I don't give a fuck at this point. Canvas and Crime, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Appreciate you.
Tasha.
Thank you so much. Let's see.
Wait till I get my money right.
That's another one. Wait till I get my money.
My money right.
Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go.
Hey, Coco. Yeah,
that one's
I can't.
lame.
That's for me, it's just what it is.
Yeah. For me. Yeah.
I get that, Chica. 100% get that. And trust me, I understand. I'm being watched in chats too. And that was something that started right away when I started covering the Julie stuff. They were already doing that. So I
agree with that.
They did the same thing to me. It's no different from
I agree with that. And then when it comes to the Granny Nonsense situation and the Nonsense Clue situation, here's the way I see it. And I don't like giving that bitch any credit, but I'm gonna give my opinion how it is. And my opinion is that Nonsense was covering the Julie stuff and stepped away from the Britney stuff for her own reasons. And those reasons ain't nobody's business either. But she stepped away from it. She decided to focus on Julie misusing the system. Granny felt hit by it, didn't like that she was doing that, felt like it helped Britney. Nonsense over and over and over told her she doesn't expect Granny to watch that content, support that content of hers, all of that, right? And then there were just chatters that ran between chats, and both these hoes did not do their due diligence. If they cherished their friendship the way they said they did not do their due diligence to go back and watch shit for themselves. So if somebody went in Granny's and said, well, Nonsense was throwing digs at that, she just took that. She didn't go verify. And it's the same exact thing between Nonsense, Clue, and Truth and them. Like, Nonsense was told stuff. Did she go verify? Not all the time. Granny was told stuff. Did she go verify? Nope. Clue and Cletus and them? Nope. It's because it isn't real friendships. It's based on hate. It's based on hate.
For me than it is for you guys. And look, I wish I had a simplest, like, this is what I did to cause all this. No, there's not. And I'm done fucking taking it on the chin like I did something disrespectful to any of these people to take the shit we have. You can dislike or disagree with shit that we've said or done. Okay, do that. But to fabricate the lies that they have to continue the bullshit, like I said, Jay was round 1, I'm round 2, and now round 3 is going, and they're trying to do this.
Yeah, and I've never made it. You know what, user? I've never made it a secret. I feel like that's hate bonding as fuck. I feel like me and Jay even hate bond to an extent, you know? So it's like, it's typical. It's gonna happen. But I also wouldn't say me and Jay are besties. Like, I don't get close to other creators like that. I just don't. I have a core group of creators that, or channel holders, YouTubers, whatever, that I fuck with. The problem too is these motherfuckers are all over the place, trusting each other and not checking history.
Same thing with Jay, myself, and others. Again, we're not doing it. Hey, Miss Cheese. Well, look, here, I'm not even going to sit up here and trash her. I genuinely cared about Granny.
I wouldn't say I can't stand truth. There was a little while, like when that when that theory came out, I was like, bro, this is dangerous. You need off this motherfucking app. He's pretty much off the app. But I wouldn't say I can't stand truth. I would say he's cringe and he irks my soul because he's never truly authentically himself. It seems like he has to constantly change his character, change his ways, change his personalities to fit whatever he thinks people are liking in the moment. To me, that's sad, yes, but it's also aggravating as fuck. So I would say I don't like the way his mindset automatically goes to like some hardcore trauma response. That's the weird shit, you know, but I can't explain why his mindset goes there. And I'm not willing to call him a predator or say he's into children or shit like that. That's so fucked up. I'm not willing to say that kind of shit just because his mind goes to a dark space. I'm just not. There could be other reasons. So I wouldn't say I can't stand him. I just, whatever. I don't know. I don't like him, but I don't hate him, you know? I know that probably didn't answer much, but sorry.
But I can't tolerate the lies, and I'm not going to. Granny knows that I was overly respectful
Coco.
about the situation with her and Jay, and I was heartbroken for her because it definitely seems like
Coco. I got now Granny's live that she did in response to nonsense. I had to go through and clip it because she was all over the place. It was nonsense Brittany, nonsense Brittany, nonsense Brittany. I didn't want to hear all that same redundant shit we already know about Brittany. I didn't want to hear it, so I had to clip it.
Granny actually cared for Jay, and I wanted to go dive into that further.
I love
but out of
him.
respect for her, I didn't. I had hoped she was going to reach out. She didn't, because you know why?
Now, right here, you hoped Granny was going to reach out, but she didn't. You know why? Because you cut her off. You said the door was closed.
You know what held her back from reaching out and repairing that or figuring out what was going on? What the other creators would sit her with.
No. I think to an extent, nonsense is right a little bit right here, but nonsense also said, like, Granny reached out to her, and nonsense, instead of reaching back out privately, went live and gave her response, and that is, the door's fucking closed.
She chose what strangers on the internet would perceive out of the truth, because she would gotten to the truth.
And
over.
see, Jennifer, I can understand people like you that feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. But for me, it's just not that. It's not that serious. It can be dangerous because it can make people run off with rumors, right? Like speculating so irresponsibly out loud like that. That's what it causes. And it leaves things up for interpretation. And leaving things up for interpretation gets nobody anywhere good.
her friendship with Jay. Same what she did with me. And I'm done fucking sugarcoating it. I can't speak for Jay at all, but from what I saw, she did genuinely care about Jess. So did I. And
now, do I think they all genuinely found a friendship in their hate bond? No. I think Jay and Granny had a serious friendship behind the hate bond, and the hate bond cloud was there, but I don't know, they had a deeper friendship to me. Nonsense and Granny, in my opinion, didn't.
Now to try and pin her and I against each other, why?
Nonsense was trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho all the time for Granny.
What the fuck's the purpose?
That hero complex.
Any of this. Hey, Extra Pickles. Sharon. I know.
Hey,
look, you're in
Nene.
an impossible position because if you try to
Yeah,
click across the board too, you're going to piss somebody off. It doesn't matter
Access was denied.
who it is. By the way, you will never piss me off. You can clip whatever. But if you start clipping for a narrative on behalf of, it's very obvious.
And I agree with her on this with Chica. She was telling Chica, keep clipping how you got to clip. Even my bad clips, my bad takes, my opinions you feel are bad. Whatever, clip it.
You have not done that yet, but there's other clip channels that are cleanup crews for other channels, and it's just what it is. But
no, there's no love
so don't do that. Clip us all consistently.
I don't agree with that, Miss Bernadette. Let me tell you why. Because there's no love for me, right? But there's no hate for me either. Maybe a dislike. I don't know.
At our worst moments, myself included. Just do your thing.
No, but I think Granny and Jay kind of had some kind of involvement with each other beforehand, before it was the hate for Brittany. So now I think their bond grew deeper in that and past that. That's why I was so it was people were cluing them, were putting the pressure on Granny that, hey, it's cool if you want to keep fucking with her, but I'm not fucking with her, and I'm not fucking with anybody who is fucking with her. And Granny made that choice. So she's always out here saying, why am I made to have a choice? No, you're not being made to have a choice, but by certain people. And you made your choice. And it was so disheartening because it was I knew that Jay and Granny had a true friendship. And it was
Right. And I'm sick and tired of being be careful for nonsense. I haven't snaked any of these people. Not one bit of it. Not going to happen. Hey, allegedly speculating. Right. You should be right. Right. I'm a liberal too. Well, that's the funny thing. That was the one thing Granny and I had in common. But
they ain't shit, Stella. None of them. They ain't shit.
It's because we were round 1 and 2 and it didn't work in their favor. And so now they're deploying round 3. Hey, Mojo.
Clue didn't say, Granny, you have to make a choice, brutally honest. No, she did not say those words, but she let Granny know on a panel more than once that she just ain't never going to fuck with Jay again. And she just don't really care to fuck with anybody who does fuck with Jay.
Jojo. Right. Cupcakes. Actually, this is why I'm pissed and why I'm here.
But that could have just been my interpretation, brutally honest. That's the whole point in these discussions, is because everybody interprets things so differently.
What caused me was there was a statement made basically warning Jay about me, be careful with nonsense by Granny of all people. And I was like, oh, did I warn Jay or did I warn Granny about Jay? I mean, you can absolutely say I told Jess not to trust anybody. You can absolutely say that, yeah, for a while there, they did have me thinking that Jay did something. But then as I started unraveling it, it's very clear. In fact, I looked at the text messages today, my own text messages with these people, and I was very articulate about what I was finding and what I was.
She has read those messages or some of them out, and I agree with her. It seems like she was totally upfront and honest with them about stuff they were finding. I know for sure she read some messages to Clue, Granny, and the Bee.
Unraveling. Sorry, we're outside. The wind's picking up a little bit, so if you hear that, that's why. To the point where I was saying things like, let me see.
That girl.
Okay. Yeah, Coco, I don't understand. I don't really get what's going on there. But I was saying things when all of this started unraveling, and I don't show text messages. That's weird to me. But trust and believe when the day comes, if it ever gets to that point and I feel like I have to, which this isn't a situation that I even feel, but I can read you a few of the things that I was saying. I have nothing to hide when it comes to this shit. I was clocking this shit in real time and figuring out. February 3rd, I said to Jess, just an FYI, I'm working on exposing a bunch of fuckers around us. Jess, I'm over it all. I'm done with the bullshit and games. These assholes came into our communities months ago and have caused so much chaos. It's unreal. Just ignore me. But it's the Krama Reels, Kramit bullshit, and all those connected to it. Don't want you flying blind. But shockingly, Kramit showed up July of 2024.
I agree, Mr. Bernadette.
And then it just goes from there. But these all consistently go with the same timeline of shit that was being exposed. And I was clocking.
Hey, buddy. Thank you for hitting the light.
Shit behind the scenes. And I told multiple people, Jay's being used as a distraction. Jay's being used as a distraction. Yeah. Okay. They would deflect back to Jay. And I'd be like, that's not.
They always deflect back to Jay. But more than that, they deflect back to Brittany. I was listening to Clue and Cletus the other night. Let me think of what they were covering. But everything that they covered, they were blaming Brittany for. Oh, Dark Horse, the Dark Horse shit. Dark Horse going on. They were covering Dark Horse's quote unquote sister on Laura's panel. And like they in their mind think that Brittany is putting Dark Horse up to these things.
That's not what's happening though. We're talking about this. Jay has nothing to do with this. Let's talk about this. Ooh. Nikki, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Welcome to the cabana. Appreciate you. It's just fucking stupid. Like, this shit is stupid at this point.
But I think there's two levels there, right? I think there's deflection back to Brittany J of being the cause, and then there's the deflection on Jay for working with Brittany J and doing all this other, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's so dumb.
The conspiracy theory is fucking wild, y'all. I don't know if any of y'all go listen over there, but that shit's good just for entertainment when you want to hear how stupid people sound.
Sorry, I'm skipping all the way forward, but well, I have nothing to hide. Jay and I met through Sebastian's case. I did content on her. We've actually laughed our fucking asses off now at the point because she's the only one that took accountability for the dog handler situation and was like, oh yeah, they definitely worked that over. And they did. And we've laughed about it. We've talked about it. We've laughed about it. Probably more me than her because that's still some of the funniest fucking content ever. But when Jay and I did speak before the big debacle, it was crazy to me because Jay and I.
Hold on, what are you saying? What do you mean? What do you mean, allegedly, Krama? I don't know, Bo. I think, like, listening to Cletus the other night, like, Clue, I'm not so sure about, but Cletus the other night, he sounded like he legit thinks that Brittany is putting Dark Horse to do this stuff. Thanks for the star, Tara. Thank you for telling me perfectly. Yeah, she knows she told Granny to be careful with Jay, but see, Jay and Granny were already tight when Nonsense and Granny got tight. So, oh, I've missed them all, allegedly, Krama. Hold on. There's your second one. Where's your... Okay. There was no ultimatum. Clue was trashing Nonsense on Kick, and Granny's watching was sending her chat there way before Nonsense spoke a negative word on Granny's watching. Then she went to Kick to talk shit about the panel on Belinda's channel. She streams only on Kick to talk shit. When it's a normal stream, it's on YouTube and Kick at the same time. Yes, I absolutely agree. No, the ultimatum I was talking about was between was the kind of ultimatum that was kind of put out by Clue that she wouldn't fuck with Granny if Granny fucked with Jay. But as for Nonsense and Granny, Nonsense, there was no ultimatum. Now, if you think about it, and if you go back and you backtrack all the back and forths, it was not on Nonsense. The reason things panned out the way they did. There were people running between the chats or emailing and telling Clue this was said by Nonsense, this dig was made, people going to Nonsense, dig was made, and they just weren't verifying. But Nonsense kind of just ignored it, and then Clue and them took the bait. They took the bait, quite frankly. That's just what it is. They took the bait, and before they went back and verified, they started popping their gums, right? After they pop their gums, Nonsense starts popping off a little more, taking some shots, right? Then Clue and Cletus go back and verify what was actually said and try to that's when she reached out to Nonsense and said that they wanted to talk. Like she felt like they needed to have a talk. That's what I've gathered. I don't have it memorized. I can say that. I do not have it memorized. So that's the best I can do. Yeah, and she said she wasn't hiding on kick. She was, bro, what about the first kick you did that got you and Nonsense like going in the first place? It's because you went over there to talk your little sly shit. That's what you did.
Communicated over content means.
Hey, Countess.
We were talking a lot about the Laura Matthias stuff that was going on.
I agree. They did.
It was what it was.
They did content and kind of merged together with the Lauren Matthias. So, yeah, Nonsense may have told Granny, be careful of Jay. Nonsense, I knew, had covered Jay and had a problem with Jay at first. Then she started allowing her in. They started, having conversations and whatnot, and things got, I guess, better. But so I think that's the only reason I don't feel like it's like flip-flopping. Like she gave her a chance. She didn't like her. She gave her a chance. She liked her.
When the big fallout happened, I stopped communicating with Jay. And there was people that would come in my chat and say, like, have you thought about reaching out to her? And I was like, yeah, actually I have. And I didn't. I held myself back from reaching out to her. So in November, I stopped communication completely. And her and I didn't like talk in depth or talk shit behind the scenes like that. Like that wasn't the thing. We were talking a lot about, I was super excited because I got to talk about the Colts, okay, with somebody. And that was what I was so thrilled for. But that ended in November. When the big fallout happened, Jay and I stopped communicating in November. I didn't know what was happening.
No.
At first I reached out and I was like, keep your head up.
No,
this is bullshit. But I didn't know the depths of it. And then it became so problematic because the instant situation was to control it and make us look that if we were still okay with Jay, then we couldn't. In fact, it was said, if you fuck with Jay, don't fuck with any of us. Well, fucking with on this YouTube space means if you go in a chat, you co-sign every single thing somebody does, says, has done, everything. That's how they lump this shit together.
It's Spinky, great point. It does happen.
So everybody was like, what the fuck? And I didn't know what was coming or going at the time. I'll be very honest. I missed a lot of it. I didn't know they posted her house. I didn't know that shit. I knew because I was told about them doxing her husband.
Who are y'all
But I
talking
did
about,
not
Stella?
know the lengths of what they were doing to Jay at all. And it's very apparent going back through it that
Yeah, they was doxing her shit out over there. They sure were. And that's when Nonsense, including them, were still good.
I was confused and I was communicating.
But people were calling that shit out, like me and the Soup, and like people were talking about it. Even if we're just little channels, we were talking about it.
My confusion.
Where were you?
People would run to Granny and tell her that Jay was saying something in her stream negative about her. And I would go back over and be like, no, Jess, that didn't happen. I went and listened. She said she won't talk shit on you.
That's true.
That's not what happened. But she kept on like leaning into that a little bit. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Well, it was to pander to
That's true.
everybody else, not because of anything. Like she was trying to keep the public facade up that
Tommy's calling.
everything was good. It was bullshit. Oh, peace fingers. You got those peace fingers. Bing boy, bing boy, bing boy, bing boy. But I'm sick and tired of being blamed for fucking weird shit. And then it being turned around and said that, like, oh, be careful with nonsense. Why? Because nonsense wants to get to the bottom of this and is done with people playing in everybody's faces. What have I done? I haven't done shit. Not a fucking thing. I did content on Julie because I find it egregious and fucking disgusting that somebody that's screaming about their freedom of speech and needing to defend themselves to false allegations in court would even sit by and halfway play around with somebody else, even their enemy, being accused of felony crimes and taken to court.
And we're
I didn't
back.
expect you to care, but to play it off that you weren't cheering for this somehow, some way, some shape, and it wasn't your victimhood that was being impacted somehow, I don't fucking know still, is weird.
Sorry, Zero Jules.
But Granny, we're not doing this. We're just not. People roll over to you for some reason. I'm not going to.
That is so true. People do. I don't know. It's always poor, pitiful baby Granny. I just don't get it. If you're going to go live and talk big and bad, leave the live up. Don't be a worm and delete it. Stand on what you claim. They won't. Am I missing something? Did Granny delete the live or take it down?
I've been
I might have missed something because Tony called.
overly fucking respectful to you. But you know,
Sorry.
both of us know that I was starting to piece shit together and it wasn't landing on Jay. I communicated that with you openly. You didn't want me involving any of it because the public perception. And I was so grateful that you weren't connected to any of these people.
Who you talking about though, Kim? To be fair though, it would be hard to have a friendship with somebody that buddies up with someone that's taking you to court. Who is she buddying up with that's taking her to court though? Who deleted? I missed it. I don't know. Okay, Granny deleted it. Granny's watching dishes it out just as much as she gets it. She is no victim to YouTube fuckery. No, none of us are. That's the point. Jay? Hold on. Who? Oh. Yeah, but she made her choice to kind of not fuck with Jay before Jay started going and talking to Brittany, to be fair.
Like the crime at the
But I would feel a certain way too, Kim, so I get what you're saying.
from a real situation. And I was like, thank God you're not involved in this. This won't happen. It won't be a big deal. But you're not going to sit out here and act like I did something to you to hurt you. The last message that you sent me was you accused me of threatening you. Never threatened you. That's pathetic as shit. I'm not like your little shit stain group. And yeah, I call them shit stain from your trauma community. That's weird.
Well, no, I don't know if Granny talks bad on Jay or not. I haven't heard anything, but Jay doesn't really talk bad on Granny either. They kind of still choose to not speak bad on each other for the most part. Not completely,
I don't do that shit
for the most part.
But to try and cause issues now over stupid shit. Same thing with Queen. I was texting Queen as this stuff was
Hell yeah, Carl.
And I was piecing it together. I was telling Queen the same thing, like, and asking questions. What was this? Or when did you find this about Cram It and Crummer Reels? Because
I cannot believe BJ is all buddy with Jay. It would be a cold day in hell. I might forgive someone and move on, but we will not be friends after a bingo game and shit. Hell no. Ain't no shame either. Ain't no fucking shame. Hell no, I would not fucks with you forever. But they are hate bonding, and they know they're hate bonding, and everybody knows they're hate bonding. That's the way of these YouTube streets, don't y'all know?
Because it was starting to unravel, and I was communicating the things that I was seeing and my concern.
2024 get back season. 2026 get back season, 24 hours a day.
And I told both of them independently, look, okay, yeah, Jay's done shit, but she's being used as a deflection and a distraction. I had the same conversation with Chloe and Cletus too. And I always told them, look, if you can find proof, substantial proof that this all falls on Jay, then I'll listen. Until then, this is where we're at.
I know. I seen Jay apologize to her, but again, it's still in the name of the game, right? Like, things change for people depending on who they fuck with and who they don't fuck with. And, even say their moral stance for the moment, because moral stances do change around here. It's just, it is what it is. I allow Jay in this chat. Jay ain't never done nothing to me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go talk my shit in her chat every now and then, but we lightweight hate bonding, me and Jay.
All these conversations happened. Every one of it.
I like her little garden area at night, her little terrace area. I love that.
Everybody was aware because I communicated that with these people. And now for them to have created fucking lies on me, to manipulate people to believe that I did something to them when I did nothing. Julie versus BJ had fuck all to do with Granny. She inserted herself and wanted that victimhood, because if Brittany isn't the fucking biggest piece of shit on here, then Granny somehow doesn't seem that she has the best victimhood. Look, it's fucking weird.
True.
It is what it is, but it's fucking weird. When you peel it back, it's like, gross. This is fucking gross. You still are going to be supported to defend yourself against the false allegations by the 10 plaintiffs, but there's 10 of them, not just Brittany. And it's always bothered me that that's always left out, but including Dog Bounty Hunter and an organization. When I cared for Granny, I cared for Granny. My give a fuck's broken. Understandably why.
Thank you for the duckling.
But we're not going to do this. There's just no
you.
reason for adults to act like this. And I'm not even angry. I'm frustrated.
Thank y'all for those. Thank you.
I can't say I wasn't angry before I hit this, because I was. The fucking sheer audacity of you to go on Kick, hide on Kick, and then try to warn Jay about me. Why would Jay need warned about me when I apologized to Jay for the things that I actually did to Jay? Because I'm a grown fucking woman.
So I get her feeling this way too. Like, if me and Jay had our conversation and have moved past that, and we're not so much on the hate bonding thing right now, like, hey, stop. If we're not on that path right now, like, what's the point? Why do you feel like you need to tell her to be careful of me? Especially when you chose not to maintain that friendship with Jay.
Why would Jay need to worry about me when all we're talking about is the fucking truth? Why do any of you feel like you need to monitor my fucking relationships with people because you can't fucking maintain your own? Jay could come out and expose every one of our fucking messages right today. And I'd be like, yep.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Her even speaking his name after he passed would have had my ass full force. Let's go.
Sure did. And you'd be like, okay, so Jay and Becky are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Me. Come here, baby.
Don't be mad at me because I was able to see and went and had that conversation. You're right. She wanted that conversation, though, is what she was telling me, Jay, but she couldn't do it because of the public arena. Hey, Dutch.
So right there, Nonsense says she wanted to have that conversation, but is what she told me in private, but she couldn't because of the public arena.
She wanted that conversation, though, is what she was telling me, Jay, but she couldn't do it because of the public arena. Hey, Dutch.
It tracks.
And this isn't there was people in here. I have mods that don't like Jay because of past shit. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore about all of that stuff either. No disrespect to any of you. You're entitled to your feelings, but stop trying to ignore what is going on because of XYZ's past. We've been talking about that recently. And I'm so thankful that the people I associate with, whether they like somebody or not, whether they fuck with somebody or not, can see what is happening and can navigate through that enough to understand what's wrong is fucking wrong. Joe, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the Cabana. Appreciate you.
Hey.
Thanks, Ben.
Oh no.
There's just no need for any of that.
I'm playing all that next. Calm down.
There really isn't.
We're almost
I'm not interested in having a conversation. So don't start with that either. Don't start with this. I wish you could have. I tried. And I'm so sick of being told that I ignore.
But you didn't. But you didn't. Well, you did try. And then she tried. And then you shut the door. So, let's be fair.
Or them, or I didn't try to have a conversation. I communicated very openly and very
I agree with that.
upfront with them. And it's very apparent. But I don't release fucking messages like that because I don't have to prove to a bunch of strangers who I am at the end of the day.
True.
But they know and I know. That's what they're used to. And this whole control situation here of, oh, careful.
It's okay.
Yeah, Jay and I are, I think both of us fucking sick of being blamed for shit or the distraction that they're all using for other things.
Jason, say it again. We saw all this collapsing when it began. Big personalities, small space. True.
They came fucking looking for us. Bitter Tea brought both of us up as a distraction and deflection. Saying that she's done with allegedly speculating.
Possibly, but she veiled threatening some shit in her statements today. Yeah. Threatening to release convos of nonsense talking shit on Jay. Or not threatening to release them. She's just making sure they know that they exist in her phone.
Our name's up. She lied on us. That's why she's getting a reaction. Same that's happening with Truth, Clue. Truth was on panel the day that this shit all started to kind of come to light. The messages with me and Granny and me starting to piece this together, that message I read you, that I said that to Granny, I'm about to expose some of these fuckers, was from February 3rd because I was clocking this shit. 5 days later, that panel popped off.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't talked to Jay since November because I didn't want to hurt my friend Granny because I felt like if I reached out to Jay, I was disrespecting my friend Granny.
But why if you had your own little friendship with Jay? Mm-hmm. See?
And I should have reached out and asked her because we would have put some of this together sooner and I was already clocking it.
Hey, Allie Bud.
But I was missing a lot of pieces of it. Still am. Tonka girl, that's where it changed because that's where I stood. Like, yeah, cool. I don't expect you to speak up on what Julie's doing to BJ. Like, why would Granny? That would have been weird for her to take a stance or, come out swinging against Julie or anything. But wrong is wrong and right is right. If we're going to go with.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Aisha. Aisha says Jay knows, and she herself probably talked some shit. She sure did, because we all do. But not, the thing is, here's my thing. Not if you have a true friendship, like a true valuable friendship, you don't do that. But that's not what these friendships are that are formed on here. 9 times out of 10, you have rare instances where true friendships do form. I feel like I am one of the blessed ones that got that. But outside of that, like most of the friendships you see, the bonding on here is very superficial. It's very top layer type shit,
If wrong is wrong and right is right, then it should have just been like, yeah, Becky's covering this because it's bullshit and misusing the court system. You guys see.
Well, tomorrow's hell day, Kim.
What has happened?
Get ready, girl.
This is I honestly thought Jess would take the stance of anybody using our courts or police is ridiculous. Look what I've been going through. True. That was as simple as it had to be.
But she didn't because she hates Brittany so much that she's just turned a blind eye to what Julie was doing or decided to interpret it a different way. And I do say decided to interpret it a different way because there was no other way to interpret the facts. And the facts were Julie was misusing the courts, misusing the whole system. Those poor officers. Those poor fucking officers. But Granny didn't want to see that. So it is what it is.
She could have completely said, from my perspective, I want nothing to do with this. I couldn't give 2 fucks.
That's what I'm waiting for. Let me go ahead and give y'all a scoop of Neapolitan. I am ready. I'm ready for Julie to bring her ass back out here and start giving the tea on every releasing all the messages, all the contacts. Oh.
And she shouldn't have to. And I didn't expect her to do anything, though. But she kept doing something. Just never the right thing. Never standing up for the fucking truth. Never actually coming out and shutting down shit, just gassing it up. She had so many opportunities to shut this shit down and simply say, Becky's not doing anything different than she's done on anything else.
True. Becky's not obsessing over anything differently than she obsesses over everything else.
No, she's trying to hide over there because she doesn't want people to hear the backhanded bullshit. No, Tonka girl, where? Do you realize I just did content on BJ the other day?
Yes.
That is the weirdest question to even
and that's
ask me,
absolutely
honestly.
Fucking true. That is absolutely true, Pretty Hate. Pretty Hate says even the true friendships get destroyed when fear of financial destruction takes over. And that's because a lot of people are here and depend on YouTube, right? So that kind of goes to what you're saying is that, like, if you got a friendship of 3 people, right? And all 3 of those people depend on finances from YouTube, it can cause some issues. But if I'm not mistaken, Jay does rely on her YouTube, but like Jay's YouTube is somewhat of a business, I guess you could say, like her true crime channel and everything, right? So she makes her money. I don't know if she's dependent upon it though, because Georgia Dog probably works. I don't know, but either way, she makes money from YouTube. I don't think Nonsense is dependent upon it. I think it helps, but I don't think she's dependent upon it.
Especially if you've watched anything I've said or heard me, there will never be a day, and I've said that over and over again, I will never condone her lies. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, she does, Tits McGee.
Lindsay, she might have said some lip service. She didn't show any action. At a certain point, to be fair, and nothing against you, but lip service and very surface, like, oh, well, you know, like, you actually have to follow through with that. You have to follow fucking through with that. And she showed no.
She couldn't follow through though because you shut the door. She lost access.
Action. She kept gassing it
Come
up
on.
intentionally.
I don't know, Miss America.
As I said, I'm not interested in a conversation
I
because
don't care.
I had these conversations. Right, Rosebud, I don't understand. But it's
sorry.
Like, I still support them getting justice because that fucking Rico and racketeering is fucking bullshit. It's straight up fucking bullshit. Chico, it's not even that. Like, I don't like when people have to say, well, you know, if nonsense. No, there's none of this. I'm sick of being diminished and everybody else having to fucking, no, fuck this shit. I don't do this shit and I don't need anybody else to be like, well, I wouldn't support nonsense. No, show me the fucking proof that I've done any of this shit. I'm so sick of being treated like a goddamn toddler. I don't need any.
But on the flip side, she's asking for people to show her proof of things she's done. But I feel like we have been in the never ending, like, she was clocking people, right? Kramit, Chroma all this shit going on, Charmin, Ultrasoft. She was clocking all this, but I feel like I haven't seen a final product, like you know what I'm saying? Like some kind of something to show what it all led to. Where's the expose, basically?
Anybody to justify. No, show me the fucking proof of me being a BJ supporter. No, I do not agree with what fucking Julie did, period. And a lot of these other people and the lengths that they're going to. And BJ still has lied and caused issues, but she is not the sole person responsible.
Ooh,
I don't need it.
Kim, hey, you preaching to the choir, girl. Kim says, my question is, why didn't they start covering Julie when she first came to social media? She was a problem then, a big problem. 1,000 fucking %. When they started bringing Julie in and making her and what she did a part of this sector, it really showed a lot, didn't it? Because it was like, have y'all not seen what she's just been doing? What she just did last week? Like, what are we doing here?
Anybody to co-sign because I haven't done any fucking thing. Period. End up. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of watching people.
She hasn't
expect me.
She has proven that they all run in a circle and quite possibly are up to fuck shit. But she hasn't proved the fuck shit.
to bow down to people who can't even be honest about the small things that are
not mistaken, she moved on to the JLR and all those people over there with the Nancy Guthrie, right?
happening. This was fucking unfolding in February and it was falling in my lap, I communicated overly and was asking questions to the people around me because I didn't have the answers. And every time I would ask questions, I would get a circle fucking spin of other shit.
And we was
and
calling
I'm
her
not
out.
lying. That's why
we was calling that shit out. Like, hello, what are y'all doing? Do y'all know who this is?
they're coming out so heavy over dumb shit.
Hey, Bob.
Because they know I'm not fucking lying. I have no reason to lie about this. It was happening right in front of everybody's faces on panels.
Yes, she did cover, Nonsense did cover Julie when Julie was doing all her weird ass Proudfoot shit, right? And I don't think that Nonsense ever actually liked Julie, but for a little bit of time there, a stretch of time, they all accepted Julie in, all because they were caught up in their hate for Brittany J in that moment, right? So it was like, turn a blind eye, forget what anybody's done, and let's just focus on this together. And it's unfortunate.
But I'm done fucking sitting here taking the fucking shots over and over again that I did something that Clue, I had such a good best friend in Clue. What are you fucking talking about? This is weird. Her and I coexisted and spoke occasionally.
Nah. Here comes that amnesia.
It wasn't that fucking deep. I don't know what you all think, but it wasn't that fucking deep.
We think it was as deep as you told us it was. And you told us that y'all were besties and the husbands and y'all couldn't wait to meet up, all the things.
I guess because she said she talked to me more than she talked to anybody else. There was like this expectation that we communicate like some of you do. No, not at all. Like
Clue talked to Nonsense privately way more than she ever did Granny until she started getting closer to Granny right before the Nonsense Clue fallout.
Weeks on end without communication.
That's my spectator opinion.
That's how normal people respond on the internet. There is no best friend material. And I treat everybody with respect until they show me that they don't deserve it. Unless you're just a fucking shit stain stirring shit, and then you don't deserve any respect to begin with.
Ninny. That's so true. That's so true. For the listeners, Ninny's comment says, Bitter Tea will find out who your kindergarten teacher was and tell her how you're acting up on social media. Oh God. So true.
Jay and I have handled our conversations extremely adult. A lot of them right here in the chats.
Well,
back and forth.
And I want y'all to keep in mind, this is exactly what Nonsense said about her conversations with Clue about her racism. Let me rewind that. Clocked it.
Deserve any respect to begin with. Jay and I have handled our conversations extremely adult. A lot of them right here in the chats. Back and forth. But this shit's old. The same thing that they're doing to her, they're doing to me, and they're trying to reignite again for round 3. Fuck this. For fucking what? And I'm so sick and tired of all of you acting as if you like truth.
Round 3. She just said it again. No nonsense. That is not what he was saying. Hold up. Did I just catch that right? Hold on.
Back and forth. But this shit's old. The same thing that they're doing to her, they're doing to me, and they're trying to reignite again for round 3. Fuck this.
The round 3 talk on Truth's panel was about, was about Sebastian Rogers.
For fucking what? And I'm so sick and tired of all of you acting as if you like truth or pandering in the whole truth thing. Get fucked.
She said, get fucked.
None of you like truth, and we all know that.
Period.
None of you do.
Period. Clock it. Consider yourself clocked.
You shut your mouth and sit by it and take the shit from him running your name, him fucking poking at you, him saying shit because you're scared
I
of
agree
his
with him. She
association with
does.
Clue. Why?
The same way she's asking for any proof from anybody else, like, you got to be willing to give out the proof you already owe. And ma'am, you're still past due on my proof. We talking several months. I'm being a real nice landlord right now.
Why are you so scared of Clue? Oh, is it because she made sure to let you know that if you come out against her, she's going to release all your messages because she did that to me as a warning shot to you guys?
True. She did. She did.
Who brought that up, Jay? Who? What?
Yeah, she was friendly with Truth before. She used to play a little clip video of Truth. She used to talk to Truth about... I have clips of Truth I have covered on my live stream. Clips of Truth talking about how him and Nonsense would talk about me and Noone and us in the background. So she did have... I wouldn't say they were friends, but they had an acquaintanceship. Let's put it that way.
I'm not speaking for anyone but me. I was homesick for every minute of this. I saw what I saw. I know what really happened between Granny and Becky.
Becky with a good hair.
Tonka girl, I completely understand. You know I'm an open book, but a lot of this stuff I've been explaining, like to even be asked, well, because of this, like that expectation out here is so weird. If I go in chats and start, like, that's why even Chico, like, I don't need anybody to come out here and say that shit. Fucking prove where I've done this shit. I'm sick of anybody having to even like act as if, no, fuck, I have more integrity than most people. And I'm done being this fucking respected out here. Sorry, it's just what it is. I don't play these.
And the lie detector to test determined that was a lie. Hold on, did I say that right? The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Fucking childish games. Not at all. I was starting to piece together what was going on and who was involved, and it made people uncomfortable and nervous.
Okay, so you did all that, but then you never gave the end result. Like, what did you find out?
But it was never Granny that was involved.
What did Cramit do? What did Cromarils do other than that weird shit with the Sebastian case? Outside of that, what fuck shit did they do? Other than running back and telling Truth stuff, what fuck shit was done?
I was so grateful that she wasn't
She
involved with
hyped it
the
up, bro.
Cromarils fucking bullshit. And she was away from that. Or so I thought.
We're almost done with Nonsense's portion.
What is happening?
Because she goes into talking about the racism stuff because people are doing the whataboutisms about Jay's racism. She goes into like her whole spiel. Y'all know I can't take that shit for shit because she's always turned a blind eye and co-signed Clue. Do I think what Jay and Clue said were racist? Yes, as fuck. Yes, ignorant as fuck. Can I feel that way and still see a difference in the two? Yes, I can. Because you've got one that took the accountability, but hasn't shown any of that since. And then you got one that took zero accountability, but also hasn't shown any since. So who's to know? Who's to know? All ignorant. I feel like that's just the basis, right? All ignorant. Fuck all of it.
No one fucking likes.
Yeah, but if we're gonna be fair, Aisha, if we're being fair, Clue ain't came out and said nothing else. She ain't let her little fingertips type nothing racist since JB Gunner, since she was called out. She has not been caught slipping up, or you know what I'm saying? And Jay, after she apologized, she also hasn't came out with anything. Nothing has came out pertaining to her other than that one thing that she apologized for. So 0 to hero.
truth. No one likes him. Oh, Froggy. Yeah, that JLR isn't connected with this shit. That's a whole other side piece. There's a lot of people from those like tragedy vulture community stuff. JLR has nothing to do with what we're talking about today. I got it now. I got it now.
Oh, okay.
Crash outs and the going. When
Is that it?
sad, I'm not mad. Fucking over it.
Here it is. We're about to end it on this.
I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I'm not mad. I truly am sitting here trying to rationalize irrational bullshit.
Oh!
I said it last night in my members only when I was ranting, and I'll say it again here. I spent way too much time trying to give justification for random strangers to sit here and tell me that, well, I really like you and you've never done this. And even though Clue doesn't have any proof of anything she's saying and she's going into your real life and making up rumors about your life and your family and stuff, I still fuck with Clue. Yeah, that's fucking weird to me. You say you stand against this and this is your reasoning for hating BJ. This is how pathetic this is. And
You used to do that. Or am I in the Twilight Zone? Excuse me? Hold the fuck up. Hold on.
irrational bullshit. I said it last night in my members only when I was ranting, and I'll say it again.
It does sound like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. It's like the longest run on sentence, but pay attention to it. Here, let me slow it down a little. It's everything that we've been calling her out for turning a blind eye to, for co-signing, to being involved with Clue doing all the real life shit she was doing. She was around when Julie was doing the real life shit she was doing. She wasn't calling Julie out at that point. She called her out way before that. But as long as it was about Brittany, it was okay.
Here, I spent way too much time trying to give justification for random strangers to sit here and tell me that, well, I really like you and you've never done this. And even though Clue doesn't have any proof of anything she's saying and she's going into your real life and making up rumors about your life and your family and stuff, I still fuck with Clue. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, you used to do that to your friends over here, the friends that you did have.
Fucking weird to me. You say you stand against this and
chasing the acquaintances.
This is your reasoning for hating BJ. This is how.
Like, to me, it's like, how fucking dare you? You did this. I know I got some of y'all in here that are nonsense stands, but for real. Like, y'all can just ignore me on what I'm saying, but I'm still going to say it. You fucking did that to people over here. That's why, like, everybody over here was like, hey, I'll give it to you. You shocked everybody over here. You really did.
How pathetic this is, and I'm sorry. It's pathetic.
By co-signing that real life shit you was co-signing. You really did shock all of us. It was like, who the fuck is this?
There's some of you I understand, and others I will never understand. There's some of you that I get it.
Jason.
I get where you're coming from because I have a different relationship with that, and I can completely recognize that. Some of you I can't. You say openly over and over again that you don't fuck with BJ because she's done this, this, and this, and then you actively sit there while Clue is doing the same exact thing, or insert creator's name at this point.
You did the same with the bitch you're complaining about. Are we?
So they're using Jay and me as a distraction. Granny, where's your energy for bitter tea and what's happening? You know what? I'm sick of giving you a pass. Well, Brittany did this to you. No, if you were a good human, it wouldn't matter if Brittany did this or not.
True.
These are links on the internet that are unforgivable, and you would have a fucking complete goddamn come apart if the shit was being said about you.
True.
Or done to you. When they doxed your dad, you were rightfully angry. Rightfully fucking angry. When they brought your dad and your kids into this, you had every right to be angry over that.
Yep.
But this is not a fucking Britney situation. This is a fucking, as a community, your own community deserves better than this.
True.
They deserve to see you stand up for something instead of distract to Jay and I. We both fucking cared about you. But I'm done taking the fucking hits because you need a victimhood. And done.
Woo! Gotta. But it's like, what goes around comes around, don't it, baby?
I've been nothing but good to you, supported you in every way I possibly could, and would do it again because it's the right thing to fucking do when it comes to the RICO and racketeering. Now, I do have to say, and I've been holding back on saying this, and be mad all you want, but they didn't have shit to prove that there was a coordinated effort at any point in time before this RICO and racketeering injunction. But in the last 6 fucking months, it has been very apparent to me that there is a coordinated, calculated group of people working together to control a narrative. And it's been in everybody's faces. So what group didn't exist when this started has now formed. Granted, this is in appeals and nobody should be accused of false fucking allegations in court. Granny, Barbecue, Brittany, Julie, myself,
Nobody.
insert in Clue and Cletus, Queen Bee, doesn't fucking matter. Nobody should ever be tolerating this because we don't like.
Yes. Chasen said many who stand against racism in real life felt similar. This place is stupid. Yeah, and we were called stupid because we felt that way.
This person or this person has done this to this person in the past.
Here's your son.
These
bitch.
justifications of all this weird shit. No, I didn't. Tonka girl, please do not put words in my mouth. I have never liked fucking truth. Never liked elevated truth. That is a blatant lie.
No.
Just because I wasn't vocal about
You hate bonded with him over me and Soup and Funya and Deets. Brutally honest said Granny did call out the BS bitter tea done. Okay. Good to know.
about him. I didn't fuck with him. I went to, I think, one Saturday Night Live because other people that I was around had encouraged me to. And I think I participated in like 2 live streams. I couldn't stand him.
Hold on, praising her. Hold on. Did she do a live condemning bitter tea or did she do a live praising bitter tea? No, I see you, Twisty. Wash, rinse, repeat. Right. Y'all let me know.
He called me a fucking cunt and tried stirring shit with me early on. Nope. And that was public. Nope. That's another. Nope. Don't misstep on this, please.
Because Karma Chameleon. I wish I could find. If anybody's got that, please shoot it up to jonesnhippiehut at gmail.com. Thank you.
Very, very in everybody's face.
We see you, girl.
Aw. I just got a really good text message back.
Oh,
from
hell.
Somebody else that I was waiting on for something.
Karma is lying about that. Okay. I mean, it's going back and forth. I'd have to see it. So if anybody, like I just said, if anybody has any recording of clip of Granny on Kick praising bitter tea, please send it to me. And then Light in the Darkness said she is definitely called out bitter and stood down on it again today. Praised bitter, that never happened. Okay, there's more people saying it didn't happen, but hey, proof is in the pudding, aka receipts. You gotta email them.
Something else. Kirsuma, I only respect and trust the ones who show receipts. Clue and Granny don't know the meaning of the word. Listen, and I'm talking about like you trust me, bro, on messages I'm reading you of my own. These are my messages that I sent to these people. I can edit them and send them out. I'm not reading you and don't need to read to you what they wrote. But I'm sick and tired of people as if I wasn't asking questions.
Karma, are you trying to say she first was praising bitter tea and then changed her stance? That's so true, Bob. Yeah, I'd have to see the proof to for sure say that.
Wasn't being transparent and I wasn't giving people the heads up to what was going on.
I will say, if that's true, it tracks. If that's true.
Overly respectful to so many of these people. And they knew, and the harder I would push away from, no, this is all to blame on Jay, the harder they would push it in my face. That, but no. We're talking about a completely different situation. She was used to deflect.
Now, I think I heard her say that. I think I heard that today. Yeah. I would want to hear it too. Karma said, I seen it with my own eyes.
I never did though, Pika. That's the thing, is we don't even need to. I tried giving him the benefit of the doubt a couple of times, and I was like, okay, but people around me, I always said, be careful. I don't trust these motherfuckers at all. The people I actually care about got warned about everybody. I say that to everybody. Don't trust a motherfucking soul. What they're afraid of is the fact that some of us won't fucking lay down and take this shit. We're not the ones with the fucking big to-dos going on here. The fucking constant deflection, and it's just a distraction so they don't have to talk about the foul fucking shit that they have allowed themselves to coexist with. I did too. I coexisted with that shit too, but I had to make the choice to fucking find my ethics and integrity and stand the fuck back up.
True.
Sure did.
So why do you pretend like you never did? You know what I'm saying? Like, you condemn others as if you never did.
And you saw one by one that it outraged those fuckers. I've built this fucking channel by me doing what I do. None of them, not a goddamn one of them helped me. So for anybody to even focus on my fucking views or my numbers or anything, look, I grew this bitch authentically. Didn't have to fucking scumsuck. I had most of these people before Clue ever came around here, and I built it off of me being consistent and transparent in my fucking content. That was it. But you're not going to give my numbers to Clue of all people. First of all, that's fucking weird. Clue doesn't even do anything remotely close to what I do. And secondly, why are we so fixated on the dumbest shit when there's major problems?
mean, but when you and Clue was kicking it and your numbers were kicking it, yeah, it was because you were cool with Clue. I mean, let's just call it for what it is.
Right amongst us. Yeah, I got you. You're being all calm and shit. I'm like, no, burn this fucker down. Sorry. It's just old. It's fucking old. And this deflection to Jay, like, I can't even, like, how are you guys rationalizing? Yes, a text message came out that was already used against her from years ago. Okay, cool. That was weaponized at a time when Truth was going to go get at her. And Jay had made a snake comment in Queens, or about Queen and Crushes. She spoke on that last night. Go listen if you want. We're not arguing about this in my chat. Don't even start it. I'm mentioning this because that intentional pile-on was done one by one for 2 fucking weeks. Truth, Odin Girl, and another group of their another mod, I think she said one other, plotted and schemed for 2 weeks after they realized that was Jay under an alt. So then they gathered up any information that they could, and that text message had existed. Those were, or voice memos or whatever the fuck. Okay, you get it? If they were concerned and actually stood against that, that would have been brought out early on. That would have been,
with that.
Hey, let's address.
I agree with that. I do. Because if y'all really gave a shit, if you y'all wouldn't have sat on that shit, But it was also shit that I keep in mind that Charmin and all of Truth and them, they wouldn't know that that was old shit about Jay. Like, that they would know that, oh, this was years ago, but they wouldn't know that it had already been covered on YouTube and that she had already been called out and that she had already addressed it. So they thought it was new news. Truth's group did.
Address this. And the people who are saying that they don't stand by racism and continuing to deflect back to that with Jay, but yet what?
Right.
JB Gutter's chat, Clue, like the whole thing, like I've just chose not to fucking speak on any of it. I don't stand with racism, period. End of that.
You did not choose to not speak on any of it. You chose on Juneteenth to go on a panel with Burnt Toast and your friend Chico and stand up for Clue because you had a private conversation with her. Shut the fuck
But for
up.
people to use Jay as a deflection while sitting by Clue is weird as fuck. It's weird as fuck.
Agree.
Sorry.
I agree with that. People using, like, I can say both for her, like, but people who stand by Clue and is asking nonsense about Jay, it's like, what do you mean you stand by Clue? And why wouldn't y'all be surprised that she would stand by Jay if y'all know she stood by Clue when all that shit was happening? You know what I'm saying?
It's weird. That shit's weird. And people look real fucking stupid even trying to do that. It's so fucking intentional, the distraction of what's happening and how that was rolled out and how it's been weaponized. And yeah, you can disagree and have a problem with what she said. I'm not taking that away from you. But come on, folks. You guys are grown adults. You can see what the fuck is happening. They are deflecting and distracting. Oh, Jay, this. Jay went in and
it was absolutely a distraction. It was absolutely a distraction from what? I don't know. I thought Nonsense was supposed to be putting all that together, but here we are.
Just ask, but when you're friends with these people, you're put in an odd position of trying to protect them because you're trying to be a supportive friend to Granny. That was a conversation that Truth had with Granny, and Granny had shared it with Jay because that was her friend, and she needed to obviously communicate that with somebody and process through it. Wasn't the only person that knew, anyways. And it bothered Jay, and so it festered because that has bothered me. Knowing the same things that he disclosed has bothered the fuck out of me. Nothing that would help bring a child home like Jones and those guys have tried to fucking weaponize. However,
no, ma'am.
There was a lot of things that were communicated.
Y'all see how she tried to throw that twist in there? Yeah, I was petty. I did some shit I shouldn't have, and I dangled the fact of knowing some information about how close she gets with these families of victims. I did that. You're right. But to say that I fucking dangled that you had some kind of information that would have brought Sebastian Rogers home, get fucked, ho. Get completely fucked. Because that was never, ever what was said. What was always said was, you don't stand for shit and you don't stand what you say you stand for. Which is the victims. You used to stand against getting involved with victims' parents and their family members. I had tea that was no longer your stance. Never, ever did I say it was some kind of information to help bring Sebastian Rogers home. Bitch, shut the entire fuck up.
And it bothered Jay. And so it festered because that has bothered me. Knowing the same things that he disclosed has bothered the fuck out of me. Nothing that would help bring a child home like Jones and those guys have tried to fucking weaponize.
Bitch,
however,
you got me fucked up. I'm gonna need a retraction. I know. You still owe receipts from 5 months ago, but I'm gonna need a retraction on that because I never, ever said that. Ever. Ooh, honey. Tell them what I really said. Tell them what I really said. All my lives are still up. All my lives. Pertaining to you especially. Tell them what I said. You don't stand for shit, bitch. And I meant it then and I stand on it now. You don't stand for shit. You just told me all that by that one fucking sentence you just said. You got me fucked up, ho.
There was a lot of things that were communicated to us independently that were bothersome. And I think both of us were worried about different pieces of what we were communicated by Granny that came from Truth. But Granny ended up being so fucking terrible that she relied on trusted friends to process this.
Where does this hoe talk about? I forgot she even said that. Where's this bitch talk about? The give, sing, goes. Let me look. I'm over it. You skank. Give, send, give. Fraud? No, it was fraud. I think Chica's got the clip. Let me go. I think, hold on. Because I'm over this one, you stupid asshole. Lying like that. You got me fucked all the way up. Ugh. Gross. I think it was Chica. It might have been Madison. Somebody's got. It's this one. Okay, I think she says the same things, but let's look. All right.
From Nonsense's channel. She's responding to GW's live. She's also
the live that GW did on Kick.
Playing her live from last night. This video is under fair use.
That was a lie, and that Nonsense said that she did have attorney's fees, and they were real. Nonsense did not regret supporting. But okay, well, I'll show you because some of you might have missed what I said last night.
Go sub up to Chica.
Look, when you twist my words, I knew this was going to be done, and last night was an example of exactly what's happening, and it worked. the tears, dry them up. They're not going to fucking work no more because that bullshit that you just did, the performance that you just did off of this statement is exactly why the situation is where it is. So with no further ado, we'll just take it.
Okay, hold on. Now, this one comes after the granny response. But there was something about the give, send, go. Who just said it? Madison, about the fundraising. Okay, let me go look. Still sub up to Chica. And then sub up to Madison if you're not. Let's see. Let's see what Madison's got. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know which one. I think we've heard this one. So let's go over. I think we heard the other one in the one I showed.
Again, and I rolled right back into what I was doing with content.
Whoa. Slow it down.
Accuse grannies, gives and goes of being fraudulent. I said they lack transparency. They do. And that's not a fucking lie. It is hard for people to decipher which is for which. And those are things that.
Hold on.
Into what I was doing with content. That's that. Never once did I accuse grannies, gives and goes of being fraudulent. I said they lack transparency. They do. And that's not a fucking lie.
They lack transparency. Oh.
It is hard for people to decipher which is for which. And those are things that we have talked about all along because I care. I actually care because I know that people that dislike her are going to use that just like they do to Brittany. They're going to use that to find any angle for years to come about the lack of transparency. And especially when you are in court cases. You know, the thing that I have always stood for is transparency. And your right to defend yourself. And I support that fully. But what I don't support is when you get your ass caught up in a bunch of fucking bullshit. You allow your mods to come out here once again and gaslight you, lie to you, and you go the fuck off and say all the things out front. Never called you a fraud. Never said your gives and goes were fraudulent. Said they lack transparency. I stand on that. They do. I don't even recall you having 2 of them.
Shit, Granny's had a lot of them. Not even just for this shit. Like, there's prior shit. Like, JP did a whole live on it a while back before she left YouTube. She did a whole live showing all the shit that Granny has fundraised for, which is why I've always said, like, I get it that they notice, right? And they want to discuss the money, the dry begging, the grifting that Brittany does, the wish list, all of those things. But to me, it's like, is it fair for y'all to be condemning her for that if someone else can prove the same thing about you? That you've done the same kind of shit too. Yeah, I have no idea what the courts are for tomorrow. I just know there's a lot of them. Like, that's all I know.
You're claiming that we had that conversation. We could have. There's been so much that has happened. I could have known, but I know about the one.
JP shut her channel down a long time ago.
Again, they both lack transparency of which is to which and what amount of money you need. That's as simple as it is. But your friends out here throwing the words like fraud around when we have things like this going on, I think you need to slow the fuck down. Or don't. That's a.
What friend of Granny's is out here throwing the word fraud around? Somebody let me know.
You think, not a me thing. Now admitting that you recorded my phone calls. So you went into our quote unquote friendship with nefarious purpose.
Oh shit, I need to play this one after. No, okay, so we need to go. We're gonna have to go back to that, y'all. We need to go over here to Granny and her running her mouth back to nonsense, okay? So Granny also made a community post. I don't give a fuck to show all that. If you want to see it, it's over there. Go check it out. But Granny did a response to nonsense, and I want to go over that because the one I was just playing is another response from nonsense to Granny. So there's all I got all the flavors. You want Oreo? What about chocolate chip mint? I got you. What you want? Welcome to Big Worm.
Too, yes, Phonics. But I'm hiding, so shh. Let's talk about that first off, right? The hiding. Was it hiding when everybody was building over on Kick? Because we saw how easily people got removed off YouTube. Was it hiding then? When did it become hiding? When people wanted to put a negative spin to what you're doing, it became hiding.
Yeah, but Nanny to one. Okay, hold on. But Nanny to one. Is it fair to say that maybe she could have seen things later that made her not really want to fuck with them? Look, I was reading chat so hard I didn't even listen to this.
The hiding. Was it hiding when everybody was building over on Kick because we saw how easily people got removed off YouTube? Was it hiding then? When did it become
That's true, because nonsense was a part of that.
hiding? When people wanted to put a negative spin to what you're doing, it became hiding. She's playing on something sneaky is word on the streets. Meaning what, CJK? Sneaky in regards to what? One more day, TikTok. We had a YouTube baby. I'll be right here still doing my thing. Is that what she said? That's interesting. Very interesting. How could I be doing this? Because I saw dollar signs.
So she's there. You're going to hear a few things mixed in here about Brittany because in order to get the context of how things kind of push through. I mean, she was all over the place. Nonsense, Brittany. Nonsense, Brittany. Nonsense, Brittany.
When it cost me dollars to do it. She is an absolute idiot.
Hold up, skirt. Hold up. What was that?
Very interesting. How could I be doing this? Because I saw dollar signs when it cost me dollars to do it.
It didn't cost you any dollars to do it. Let's be real correct on that. I mean,
she's an absolute idiot. Anyhow, it said have your witnesses ready, and because I could not have done this if Brittany didn't do what she did. So make that make sense. How could I have seen dollar signs? I didn't initiate this. No, this is just.
I mean, it doesn't mean you didn't have dollar signs once the initiation was made. What if y'all? Hey, crazy idea. Oh, crazy idea. What if it's the same for all of you? You all see dollar signs.
Just for Brittany's declaratory judgment. If Brittany didn't do what she did, I wouldn't be able to do what I did. So who saw dollar signs? The woman who started it?
I think there's a little portion she's probably paid out of pocket. Not much, though.
Initiated it with a GoFundMe requesting $10,000 a month.
Listen, Grant was well taken care of. Well taken care of.
That requested payment to prevent this from going to a courtroom, or the person who received it and responded correctly.
You think she has?
Who started it?
You think she's had to take out? No, I think she's been able to maintain, the living and providing for her and her children the way she always has. I think her having to ask for the help might have, aggravated her a little bit because, that's why people dry beg, right? Because they don't want to ask. And so she had to straight out ask for help. That was probably the most inconvenient part of it all. And the stuff with what her, the personal stuff her family went through. But I think for the most part, the subs paid for her courts and for her lifestyle, her living, let's say her income, right? Her normal income. That's just my opinion. Y'all don't have to believe it. That's just what I think.
But this is what Brittany does. This is who she is. She's everything. So she says, I seen dollar signs. She saw dollar signs.
Y'all all see dollar signs.
How many times do you hear Brittany bring up how much help Queen and I received? She saw a big payday. She went on a giant shopping spree with it. She spent at least, maybe, if anything, 200 at most on these C&Ds. 200.
Who? Nonsense is the one who brought up the give, send, go. She's never had an income, but I don't know if she's ever had another income. But I think. Oh no, I didn't see your message, Johnson. I don't know if you saw my message before about the fraud comment. No more lies. Lies said nonsense was a fraud. Yes, I think Granny addresses it on here in this clip. I think in this clip, Granny addresses it. Or no, hold on. Was it nonsense that addressed it? Hold on, I'm confused. Which one of them? It was nonsense. Okay, so no more lies, lies. They always be tagging folks and shit. No more lies, lies said nonsense was a fraud. Zero Jules. I think they all see dollar signs it was an inconvenient situation to be put in, but it was a way still for her to possibly profit. And if she hasn't been fully transparent with those gives and goes, then I could see why people are questioning things. I don't know if she's been transparent or not. Oh, really, Aisha? I can never figure out how to download on there. Okay, so No More Lies goes and calls Nonsense a fraud. So then that's where Nonsense came in and said if they were to look for fraud, that's the one I'm going to play coming up. Yes, if they were to look for fraud, they wouldn't be talking about her. That was her little sneak dig, right, to Granny. And so then she brings up the gives and goes. Am I on it? Is that it lacked transparency? Okay. Sheesh, these hoes are all over the place, y'all.
A piece and thought she would go about her business on her new devices, living on the high life of receiving all that free money from her fucking audience and pocketing all of it.
How do we know, though, that, like, y'all talk about her lack of transparency, but if everybody's having lack of transparency issues, right? Like, I know the B did. I know there's been things said about Granny not being transparent before, prior to this, by other people, but now Nonsense is saying something about it. Brittany, there's a little lack of transparency with her too. So it's like, you're all the same.
The big, Brittany's just a big circle fuck is what she is. Dairy farmers don't wear flip-flops. They lactose. Brittany saying I only became friendly with Jay because I was sub-coaching. Has to be the funniest thing ever because, and no disrespect, but anybody with eyes.
Yeah, they're all sneak disses, right? They're all like pokes at each other.
And a memory knows that Jay becoming friendly with me benefited Jay. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
But
that explains what you were trying to say. You was asking Nonsense. Why the fuck did she bring it up? I get you. Yeah, it is. It's a sneak diss. It's like a little way underhandedly poking at somebody, which is what they all do. They all do it though. They all do it to each other. They all do it to everybody. I don't understand the shock. You know?
Explains why Brittany is all of a sudden okay with Jay, despite Jay doing a year plus of restreams and content on Brittany. Because Brittany sees it.
Yeah, I could, you know what though? Again, what did we just talk about? Interpretation and how everybody is so different and sees things so differently.
Has a chance to get subs. Everything Brittany says is a confession. Do you know that Brittany literally said,
"Hey, go get her,"
that I saw stars when I saw QB's lawyer fundraiser, and that's why I wanted to get sued?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. To me, like, she wasn't into, like, no. So Brittany, is she saying Brittany's trying to imply that that's the reason she got so carried away with everything, was so that she would get sued? I don't agree with that. I think she's just stupid.
Is this real life? Because again, I would have never had a lawyer fundraiser if it wasn't for Brittany suing me.
Yeah, it is Zero Jules.
I would not have been able to do what I did if it wasn't for Brittany's initial action.
True. True. That part is true.
Everything I've done is a reaction.
I can agree. Like, she wouldn't have been able to do a gifts and go or whatever. A lawsuit fund, whatever. She wouldn't have been able to do any of that if Brittany and them went. Well, I don't know, because there were 10 other people involved in it. So it's like, and she thinks that she wouldn't have been brought in if it wasn't for Brittany being added on to it. But either way, Brittany signing into that injunction and that injunction hitting is what gave Granny the opportunity. She might have seen stars then. Maybe then. It was kind of like oh, fuck, I'm stressed the fuck out. But on the flip side, I might be able to survive even more now. I don't know.
But that's how ignorant this bitch is. That's how she thinks. That's what in her mind, she saw stars when she saw Queen's fundraiser. That was her mind. And she thought if she sued me.
The second one, for sure. I feel like what At Night and them were doing was a troll. And it's hard to deal with trolls, right? Especially when they're using the courts. It's crazy as fuck. But the second lawsuit with Tony, I agree.
She could do a fundraiser and get all types of support off of it. That's why she did that. I wasn't on the radar to be sued until Brittany reached out. And that's the other thing, nonsense. You sound fucking dumb. I've been really trying to be respectful and ignoring the fuck out of you and your try-hard fucking friends, but I about fucking had it, okay? I about fucking had it.
She's about fucking had it.
If you think you're going to sit over there and keep taking your little fucking jabs and you and your little misfit fucking friends sit there and keep running their fucking mouths and keep attacking.
You little misfit islanders just trying to make it.
My subscribers and my moderators, you got another thing coming. You can sit there and keep trying to say insulting things like Granny's gone back to her old ways. You know what I found out, bitch? You've been your old ways. How about that? I'll go back to my old ways real fucking quick. But you've been who the fuck you
Oh! Oh, I need to. Oh, yes. Clock it. There's a pattern. Oh, see, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to confuse the fuck out of y'all because I agree with some things each of them say, and I disagree with other things. Let's hear that again. Oh, she went on a whole little rant. Let me slow it down. Oh, that was so funny.
Now, bitch, you've been your old ways.
Ooh, hold on.
And that's the other thing, nonsense. You sound fucking
Hold on,
dumb.
let me slow it down some more. Damn, she be talking fast.
I've been really trying to be respectful and ignoring the fuck out of you and your try-hard fucking friends, but I about fucking had it, okay? I about fucking had it. If you think you're going to sit over there and keep taking your little fucking jabs and you and your little misfit fucking friends sit there and keep running their fucking mouths and keep attacking my subscribers and my moderators, you got another thing coming. You can sit there and keep trying to say insulting things like Granny's gone back to her old ways. You know what I found out, bitch? You've been your old ways. How about that? I'll go back to my old ways.
True. Oh. Yeah, I think this is the most honest thing she's probably said on this whole stream today. She said, you've been your old ways, and I'll jump back to my old ways quick like. That's truth. That's truth.
It's real fucking quick. But you've been who the fuck you've been. Your exit from every community prior speaks fucking volumes. I've been here, bitch.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't even think I remember who Nonsense's prior community was. It was like Unirock and them, wasn't it? I don't even fucking know. I know Nonsense used to be cool with her. I know she used to be against like what's that blonde lady? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The blonde lady. None of us have went after her. She said, y'all finna stop. Y'all finna stop coming to me. Y'all finna stop talking y'all shit to me. EKC. That's it. Thank you. Bragging about being an NC OG is not really a flex. Granny's watching. Were they good? Yeah. It's good, wasn't they?
Delicious.
Did you do the sour cream with them?
Of course.
So good. It was so good.
Delicious.
Delicious. Listen, I know that Granny does alts and friends that has friends that do alts and tells them what to do. I know all that. Like, we know all that, don't we, Ann? I dislike EKC. Eck. I don't know nothing about her. I just knew that Nonsense didn't like her and she didn't like Nonsense. And Tube Top Tammy, yeah, the one that peed or shit in a graveyard or something like that. Yeah, anyway, everybody has alts. I have an alt. It's nincompoop. That's my second. But it used to be an alt.
You're going to do this gaslighting. You're just like Brittany. Sit there and run your mouth and then be like, oh my God, I'm not doing this. They won't leave me alone.
True. That's true. That's true. Nonsense does do that. She said the jerks. Decided to come after her because they knew that Kyle was out of town on a trip and that she would be vulnerable. That's why we got the calendar. Like, she does do that. Like, and nobody was doing anything like that. She brought her daughter in. Nobody was bringing her daughter in but her. She does do that. Nobody's coming after you. You're doing it to yourself and then crying about it. Stop.
My God, leave you alone. Nobody was speaking on you. Nobody at all was speaking on you. Not because they're afraid, not because you're a filing cabinet, but not because you're anything but weird. Nobody wanted to give you content.
Obsessed.
Okay?
I wouldn't say Nonsense is weird. I just think she's got like an obsessive personality and a hero complex.
We're going to sit over there now and say, it's always bothered me that Granny only spoke about Brittany, but there's 10 other people. One's in the motherfucking chat. If you've heard.
Yeah, it didn't bother her before. It didn't bother her before when Granny didn't bring up the other 10 people.
Nonsense a million bajillion times. Make the statement that Brittany is the reason I'm in this. And that's why I speak on Brittany. One's in the chat. If you've heard her herself say that.
That's got to be some nasty ass ice cream that I just gave y'all on that. The calendar that the jerks and Soup and them only attacked her because Kyle was out of town and she was emotionally vulnerable. And it's like, fuck, what? Huh? Nobody even knows when Kyle's out of town or what he's doing or nothing.
Don't do this weird gaslighting thing where you're now listening to your friends. So now you're saying what they're saying because people have been around. You might have a filing cabinet, but we don't all have short memories. We remember it.
Whoa, says the bitch that suffers from amnesia like the rest of them. She don't never know nothing to know nothing. And then suddenly, know something. I'm on my shit talking shit tonight, baby.
If you have to keep telling people how great of a person you are, you should maybe
Shut
consider,
up,
okay?
Stevie.
Think twice about it. Most of us don't have to do that.
Kyle is Nonsense's husband.
It's some real gaslighting shit, just like Brittany does.
I agree.
To sit there and keep saying over and over again that people won't leave you alone when you're the one who won't leave anybody alone. You're run and tell us, or more like the no see it?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes Nonsense does leave. I think everybody leaves each other alone sometimes, and then sometimes we poke at each other. Is what it
little
is.
gnats that come around, they leave a little fucking bite. You can't really see them. Your audience is the troublemakers. You've been projecting your fingers over here at these channels that you don't have a problem with.
I don't know which audience is the main troublemakers, but there are troublemakers in both.
When they were in your chat.
Nonsense does play victim.
But it's your people that are giving you misinformation.
Yes. I agreed with her when she said she's not going to roll over and give her that victim status anymore. But she does. She expects that same victim status.
And running around looking stupid. Was it hiding when you were trying to get on Kick? Was it hiding then?
No. Sure would.
It's really annoying. It really is.
It is.
And I received communications from other people on what you said to them about Jay.
Yeah, Granny does.
Not making shit up, and you know.
Oh, hold on. What? Skirt. I was reading chat. Hold on.
It's really annoying. It really is. And I received communications from other people on what you said to them about Jay.
All right. We got to make sure we mention that. Here's the Reese's peanut butter cup ice cream scoop. Got to make sure we throw that little scoop of ice cream in on them.
Not making shit up, and you know it. And it looks weird.
For real. Stella.
Brittany, you look weird. That you're going to sit there and play nonsense over and over again. Why don't you play the 6, 7, 8 hour stream she did on you daily? Why don't you play them?
Oh, true.
For you to say Nonsense doesn't like you, Brittany, because of me is ridiculous.
That's
Because
yeah.
the only reason I ever
I
got
don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Nonsense didn't like Brittany before she got involved in the protecting Granny and being the hero over the injunction shit, right? Like Nonsense was calling Brittany out prior for the quite frankly, the tragedy pimping like shit talking about victims' parents and shit like that. Like, but they all do it.
got to talking to Nonsense is because I confronted her. I went up to her and I said, why do you keep saying my name like that? Because she
I remember this. Granny is not lying about this. I remember it. Because Nonsense would keep dropping Granny's name. I don't remember what it was about or what. It was very awkward. And Granny asked her, why do you keep... It was
kept
so
saying,
awkward.
and I'm not talking about Brittany for Granny. I'm not talking about Brittany for Granny. And I went up there and said, why do you keep saying my name like that? So for Brittany to keep saying, oh, Nonsense only doesn't like her because of me is an absolute fucking lie. Is an absolute lie. She was going at you before I even became friendly with her.
True.
I let Nonsense and Nanya, when they were BFFs, I let them up on my panel because Nonsense was being attacked by a woman named Petunia or something. I forget her name.
Oh, yeah. Nonsense absolutely simped out for Granny. Abso-fucking-lutely. It was like, what can I do? I'm here. Just this, just that, just protection. Hug box, hug box, hug box. Protect, protect, protect. Hero, hero, hero. She's weird.
I forget the woman's name, but she was being gross. She was saying really gross things and doing whatever. And I was defending Nonsense. I didn't know who Nonsense was, but I knew what this woman was doing was wrong.
Yeah, I know the Jess.
So I was defending her, and I let Nonsense.
I know the other Jess that, and you know what? That's going to cause a lot of problems because people do not like. You can only blame the bone carriers so much, right? If a bone carrier hears Jess from Nonsense's panel, and they don't take a second to listen, they will take whatever Jess was mentioned in and run it right over to Granny's watching. And then, unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, Granny's watching is not going to go verify and check if it was actually her that was being talked about. And she'll pop off, and then it'll be another back and forth for us to spectate on.
And Nanya up on my panel way back when. I'm talking years ago. And then I never seen talk again.
It really comes down
this
to
idea
the
that I chose.
It comes down to the channel holders and them doing their due diligence. I think if you respect somebody or you aren't looking to have constant chaos on YouTube, you would want to do your due diligence and go check, right?
Clue over Nonsense. Why did I have to make a choice? Why am I always put in this position where
You
I
didn't have to? You didn't have to. I feel like Nonsense was constantly saying like there was no choice to be had from her side. She didn't care either way. You chose to. You chose to when you popped off a kick live talking your shit underhandedly about Nonsense.
Make a choice, but other people can sit there and say,
you
oh,
did
I'm not
that.
getting involved.
You did that. You made that choice.
And no disrespect to them. That's the right answer. Why do you have to get involved? You don't. But why am I always looked at to make a choice?
You're not.
Is it because you're somewhat dependent on my choice for your survival?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh. I think that's unfair to say. She's done moved on and obsessing over something else right now. She ain't even over here focusing on anything. Especially not anything to do with you. Like, y'all have y'all's little back and forth here and there, but I feel like Nonsense has been, like, super focused on something else lately.
Oh. Her jab at your gift Sengo yesterday was absolutely disgusting and ridiculous. Oh, really? Was it? Did she? Why to inspect her? Because I can show you the many times Nonsense came to me in private asking if I need her to do a fundraiser for me. And most of the times I said no.
All right, we don't talk about it, be about it. Where's them receipts?
Nonsense. Now you got her jab about your ginseng yesterday was absolutely disgusting, ridiculous. Oh, really? Was it? Did she? Why to inspector? Because I can show you the many times nonsense came to me in private asking if I need her to do a fundraiser for me. And most of the times I said no, didn't I? Nonsense. Now you got jabs about the money being raised, do you? That's interesting. Listen to that stream yesterday. I was so mad. I couldn't hold my tongue. She's nasty and vile. I can't believe she talked to you like she did. I didn't even fucking listen to it. BJ, get rid of your demons. Try exercising. Facts. She did a fundraiser for me. She sure did. She said because Jay was pissed to do it and never did.
I feel like I remember that.
Now you take issue. See, this is why I've ignored you, right? But this is also what it is, because there are people like her that will do those things and then tell you all how much they stand on morals and integrity and all these other things in between. Okay? I didn't even listen to that straight talker. If you can do a complete 180 on all of your thoughts because of a falling out, then you're not standing on morals and integrity or any of that. Or you are now, but you weren't then. So which one is?
That sounds so familiar. This is like deja vu. I've heard this before. Let's listen to that again.
If you can do a complete 180 on all of your thoughts because of a falling out, then you're not standing on morals and integrity or any of that. Or you are now, but you weren't then. So which one is it?
That's the same question I've asked nonsense. Nunya's asked nonsense. Soup, Chasing, everybody's asked. So is this the real you, or was that one pretending? Like, what's going on?
Which one is it? Exactly, KTO, and it makes no damn sense, does it?
He's talking about Cluminasty.
Exactly, Peanut Rocks. She has picked and stands back claiming she didn't do a thing. BS. Never pegged her as a liar, but was wrong. I remember her and her people even coming in my chat after the falling out, saying that they're going to keep posting my links because they still support me when it comes to the REIT. Now you're questioning the GiveSend Go, but you know more than anybody? Not the fact that she's faking him as those tries call. I was thinking she turned into a big of a pick me as Earth, but BJ fits. The only comparison to BJ is the poking, and then acting like they did nothing. That's the only poking. She said her and Jay was never friends anyway. Yeah, I do. Because I remember it really hurt Jay that she said that.
I remember that too. That's what I was talking about earlier.
That should have been my first hint. Really should have been. It just didn't make any sense to me because it came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere with her going hardcore at Clue.
Yeah, but it really didn't come out of nowhere because, like, again, the bone carriers were running to them and telling them nonsense is saying this and that and taking this jab and that jab. And really, she wasn't taking any jabs at all. And Clue and them pop the fuck off, run their mouth a little bit, then later go verify and try to walk it back. She really hadn't, like, as much as I don't like her, she was not at fault for that situation.
Okay. And I'm like, well, what the fuck's even going on? So I literally even reached out to her, which she came back and told the internet. Didn't respond, but came back and told the internet. Always says the same thing as Brittany. If you got a problem with me, you can come to me. What I don't like is, like, we're all supposedly adults, right? Why does there have to be this, like, pick me or fuck you attitude?
Again, I mean, some of y'all might feel like nonsense gave her that kind of ultimatum, but I personally don't feel that way. I do feel like Clue kind of put that pressure on, in my opinion.
I don't know, Lisa. I don't know if I believe Jay's in on it, because I believe it came all from herself, to be honest. I don't think she needed anybody else to get her in on it. Like, I don't think anybody else got in her head. I don't think it was any of that. Oh, yeah, I see Penny in here. So there was a comment yesterday, and I'll pull my fucking emails up on the screen and show you. There was a comment.
Oh, Donna. I think it's Donna Bard. Donna's in here often. This is for you, boo.
Yesterday. that stated some woman named Donna is claiming that well before November of last year that they emailed me proof, and this is funny, because if you only know, this is funny, proof that Queen, Clue, Cletus, and Petty were working with Kramit or some weird shit. What exactly was the comment? I forget. Basically, they were on some fuck shit. And I'm not going to lie, for a while there, some of this shit gets in my head, right? I'm like, wow, you just never fucking know. Anyhow.
You know who else just said that? Nonsense just said that same thing on the previous clip we were watching.
So I went through my emails and I type in Donna, nothing comes up. I type in Kramit, nothing comes up. I type in Queen Bee.
A different Donna. So it's not that Donna. A different Donna then.
Petty, Kramit, nothing comes up. There's no such fucking email. Why wasn't there a request to see said email? Where is said email? I never received it. There's no email that ever said anything like that. A commenter went in the chat and made that statement. And it's not true. I have no email from said person. Not only that, but it's kind of crazy because when I was friends with her, if I had received such email, I would have sent it to her. Okay? I would have sent it. I would have said, look at this shit. It's like Brittany just erases all facts, all history.
I don't know if she would have said, hey, look at this shit. Quite honestly.
Because she sees a moment to hate on, which blows my mind because, again, I have done everything in my power to not acknowledge what is going on with nonsense.
What? You did a live on Kick first, talking shit. And then she responded. Then you just did another sneaky leak live. A down low, a DL live. DLL.
You think I want to accept the fact that somebody I truly trusted and thought actually gave a fuck about me and cared about me didn't at all? You think I want to sit here and go back and forth with somebody that I truly, full-heartedly believed and trusted? I don't want to do that. Of course she is, Sly. She was doing it back when she was being defended against Julie, too. Of course she is. But how do you explain to your audience that you're pushing Nonsense's channel when Nonsense did at least 2 years of content on you? Not because of me.
I agree. I'm sorry, but that's what we've talked about a few times already on here tonight is just how she just but she does that, right? That's one of Brittany's patterns is just allowing anybody and everybody back around who has fucked her over, whether it be Angela or any of her other mods or Rakin or Jay or Nonsense, whoever, Julie, whoever. She lets everybody come back around.
Nothing to do with me. Everything to do with you. But Brittany jumps at the opportunities to hate bond. I don't know. She did the same thing with Jay. Yes, she did. When Jay went at Brittany
does. I think it's fair to just say that Brittany jumps after the opportunity to hate bond. I think everybody does. I think it's different if you don't and you talk your shit like that. But even I will hate bond.
Viciously. Oh, Jay just felt that way because of Granny. Granny got in her head. No, again, I wasn't friendly with these people.
I try not to.
They were going at her before me. And then Brittany suddenly forgets all the shit she said about people, all the shit that Brittany said about them, they said about her. Let's hate bond over Granny. Oh, yeah, Loki's mom, when I had to say to her, why do you keep saying my name like that? It's so fucking condescending. I can look for that clip, but I just don't even like it. I don't like what's happening. I think it's crazy. The amount of times I try to, what is even going on? Why do I have to make a choice? You just liked them last week. Now all of a sudden I have to stop liking whoever you like. I mean, that's not the way the world works. Don't any of you have friends in a real world that don't like each other? Why did I have to make a choice?
You didn't. You did it.
And I didn't make a choice. I was stated the door was closed. I didn't make a fucking choice.
I mean, you made a choice, but yeah, the door, that's why it's so what? Because Nonsense did tell her, shit, that door's shut. I ain't even trying to hear you.
I can't stand this shit. This is what I hate about social media. The politics of YouTube. And then it just keeps going. I just don't understand it. Listen, it happens, right? I appreciate that. But it happens, especially on YouTube. But I can't even tell you the many times I was like, oh my God, thank you for being a trustworthy person. They're hard to find on YouTube. And out of nowhere, this
that
hate
was
for me.
Stupid.
You go from claiming you love me so much, you're a good friend of me, and I'm going to be there for you, to literally hating me. And for
I don't think it went down quite like that.
What?
And for what? I don't think it went down. Excuse me, quite like that.
For what? Because you had a recheck subscriber to tell you a lie again? Most of the times we've gotten in an argument is because somebody went to her with misinformation.
Oh, but not because somebody came to you with misinformation. No, Granny is null and void in this situation. Like, she has no accountability to take in doing that exact same thing.
It's fucking crazy. Let me grab this. Oh,
What up, girl? What you doing?
Oh,
Not much.
Lord.
Can you hear me okay?
yeah.
This is Big Girl.
Well,
This is Trisha's panel partner.
just wanted to come up and tell you that fuck all this bullshit. I saw shit that went down. I heard shit yesterday I could not even believe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry you had to hear that shit. That shit is wild as fuck. I don't know how you could sit here and
Actually didn't hear anything, to be honest. I got little snippets of what was said, but I didn't hear anything. I didn't pay attention to any of that.
I heard 5 minutes and I literally had to just put
She didn't pay attention to any of it.
the phone down and shut it off because the hypocrisy is wild.
Says Big Girl, who's mad as fuck at Bitter T for looking into Brittany's parents and her dead mama, but not having that same energy for Clue, who was a part of it. And UA, shut up.
Yeah, see, there's this idea that I have a bunch of run-its or whatever people want to call it, busybody nobodies. But people
Not run-its, run-tellums. Run-tellums.
around me, they don't tell me this shit.
Or
Like-
run-tell-its. Run-tell-its.
I did this a long time ago. Those who are close to me that have access to me, they don't tell me anything. What I don't know can't hurt me, and I don't want to know. And that's what it is.
Yes, the fuck they do.
I purposely ignore things for this reason.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
absolutely. And I
Yeah.
think that's wise. I mean, because sometimes it's just like
She's ignored things. This whole thing hasn't been a rant.
it's the internet. But my problem with yesterday was, how are you going to say that? I'm trying to word it in a way that is not so mean, but like, how are you going to sit here and say that you were friends with somebody, but then come out your ass yesterday and say that you weren't, or like that you just sat back and dealt with all the shit? It's just wild. Like, you thought these people, like it was almost like she said, you know what? Never mind. Because if you didn't hear it, I don't even want to say it. It's just
Yeah, I
crazy
prefer
as
not to
hell.
know.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. I just said all that just to say, you know what? Never mind.
I
get
prefer
that.
not to know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I
It's
know.
just, and it's all because they're people that repeat things wrong. This idea that like here,
It doesn't fucking matter if people, here's the thing that nobody is getting, none of them are getting. It doesn't matter if people repeat things to you or anybody else wrong. Like, yeah, it's fucked up if they repeat something to you wrong, but it still lands on you. Your responsibility to check it out, to make sure. Stop.
my biggest thing, because I know one thing that was said because I saw somebody make a community post, is that I chose Clue over that person.
Right,
No, I
Stevie.
didn't. And why the fuck was I in a position?
Yes, Stevie. Let me rewind that.
No.
Yeah. I
I
get
prefer
that.
not to know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I
It's
know.
just, and it's all because they're people that repeat things wrong. This idea that like here, my biggest thing, because I know one thing that was said because I saw somebody make a community post, is that I chose Clue over that person. No, I didn't. And why the fuck was I in a position to choose anyway? Why did I have to choose?
I kind of feel like she did choose Clue, but I feel like she chose Clue when I feel like she was kind of forced in a way, even though I feel like nonsense was not the cause of the fallout anyways. Like, she wasn't the one running with the bones that people were bringing to her. Clue and them were. Even though she wasn't responsible for that part, I do think her telling Granny, like, the doors closed. Like, Granny said she reached out to her again one final time, and instead of responding to her, Nonsense did a live, and that's the live that we all know about, where she was like, this ain't happening. So just saying.
Why every time there's a falling out am I looked at to choose? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't. Yeah.
Well, you were looked at to choose when it came to Jay, and that wasn't by Nonsense. Nonsense wasn't looking at you to choose about Jay. Who was it? Somebody jog my memory. Who was it? Just kidding. I know it was Clue. So then with Nonsense, it wasn't anybody else telling you that they wouldn't fuck with you. It was, who was it? It was probably Clue, in my opinion.
It's
It's not that deep. Like, At the end of the day, you have a channel. You have your established followers for fucking years already. Like
Right.
this isn't new. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like move on, motherfuckers. It just makes no sense.
But Granny's the one that struck up. Nonsense has been doing her own thing. Granny is the one that struck up alive on Kick, talking her shit, right?
The only thing I don't like is the idea that like nothing has been being said, and it's like yeah, actually a lot's been being said. It's just all been ignored. So
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, Megan.
And you're in your lane, and it's so
Yeah, that is the rift, right? Like no matter how much they tried to maintain that friendship and just ignore the coverage that was going on, like it was a problem for them. They felt like Nonsense's coverage was helping Brittany. Then it turned out Julie lied. Nonsense was right. So what now?
emboldened with her new supporters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, founders is so sweet.
Yes.
But it won't take them all long to see either. This is what Brittany does. She might get some people in because of whoever she's talking about, or whatever. One, why do you want those type of people? And the same even goes for like I was told I was a liar, that War Eagle was not welcomed anywhere. Oh, really? You guys want to tell me now still that I'm a liar? We literally see these people interacting with War Eagle, but I lied back then.
She said it right there herself. You gonna tell me now still that I'm a liar? No, not now. You wouldn't be a liar because War Eagle is allowed in those chats and talks in those chats. But back then, War Eagle left one fucking comment when that was said by Nonsense. One fucking comment. That was what, a month ago?
Okay,
Right.
whatever. But why, like, does Brittany want
2 months ago?
to have the same people that sat in a chat for a year and a half, 2 years going at her? Just a hate bomb. Like, don't tell me about standing on morals or standing on integrity or standing on any of that when you're suddenly okay with the same people you've talked shit about and called out. It's wild
Right,
to me.
and-
I'll never get it.
And yesterday, one of the things I heard with that from BJ is Jay will smear her
Well,
ass.
she is saying that War is in that chat. Now. She's saying now. Exactly, Kim.
all over the floor, meaning you. Well, BJ, what gives you the fucking idea that Jay would do that?
Right.
Like-
Because she
like-
did it to you for 2 years.
Listen, yes. I mean, the shit that Jay has said, I'll
Yes.
mock your DV and all that. It's like,
Oh,
come on
she
now. And Granny hasn't been
hold
talking.
on. I know about the one time that War Eagle was in there and Granny bitched about it, but Nonsense hadn't even been watching the chat at that time. And she was blocked then. But Granny's saying she's actively in the chat. Is she not? I don't know, Delta Dawn. Oh my God. I have no idea. There's so much court shit popping off tomorrow. She's been in there one time. So why is Granny acting like she is currently seeing her over there active in Nonsense's chat, hate bonding with Nonsense? Right. Right, Carl.
Talking about either of you guys. Like,
Well, now
Granny
that's
hasn't-
because of my nerves too. Like, oh, Granny switched up. First off, Coco, you Coco for years ago, right? I normally don't talk about subscribers, but let me go ahead and do it. First, let me thank you, TGK. Thank
Maybe this is our Coco. Is this our Coco? Coco Chamagnon.
you so much. I don't know, Great and Grace. But Coco was a subscriber that I forget what it was, but she wanted my attention. She wanted me to defend something. I didn't, whatever. Then she came back around. Then she goes. Then she comes back around. Then she goes. I'm not the one that fucking switched up. I'm not the one that suddenly turned
Casey Lee always looking for a defense, never any accountability.
around one day and said, you know what? I don't like any of these people. They're all up to this and that. And da. Why haven't we seen the end of the circle? That for forever now, for at least 6-7 months now, 8 months now, I've been told, I'm going to show you all. I'm going to
I agree with this. Where is the conclusion of the fuck shit that everybody was doing?
show you all. I uncovered all this shit. I'm going to show you all. Then show it. Why is
Yes. Then show it.
it being shown? Because you can't put it's not coherent. You can't put it coherently.
Not me.
So when this when these people turn around,
Damn. We're 2 for 2. No, 0 for 2. How's that go? Hold on, never mind. We're just losing. We're not
they
even in the
decide to file a
game. We're not even in the fucking game.
very next day or whatever. They no longer like anybody. I'm the one that switched up though. How?
Yeah.
How?
Not at all. Not at all. It's all an illusion.
That's
it's
what
all
I
for
thought.
fucking glory and clout when it's really not about that. Like, it's just, don't go that deep. I mean, damn.
I
Oh.
do believe.
Go ahead.
I do believe that it is believed that there's some big like underground conspiracy thing going on. I full-heartedly believe that they believe that, and I try to understand.
And see, I think there's two sides to this. I do think that nonsense is like thinking there's quite possibly this whole underground thing going on, but I feel like Clue and them also think the same. Does that make sense? Like they both think that about each other's people and crews.
And I can't quite connect it.
It's like gang warfare up in this bitch.
Myself, and quite frankly, I don't even
The east side of the Crama against the west side of the Crama. Hey, who's gonna do the crit walking video?
think it's as big as they're making it out to be. Like it's weird to me. Okay, that's what it is. It's weird to me because it's like, oh, so and so's working with so and so, and they're working with that night, and they're doing this, and they're all doing this, and it's all. But for what? For
Right.
what? At the end of the day, for what? What would the end result be? Like, this is YouTube, and then there's the real world. What's the end result of so and so working with so and so? And I don't get it, and I never did, and I can't. But I do believe that they believe that, and I feel sorry that they believe that. I feel
that way. Yeah, I feel the way she's feeling because she's directing it solely at nonsense. I feel like it's both. Especially the ones I know that fall deep into these rabbit holes. I know Jay's conspiratorial. I know nonsense is. Clue and Cletus definitely are, and truth is. So I think they're all thinking something crazy is going on, but we're not hitting any end point. What is the end point? I agree with Granny on this. What is it? What is it?
feel sorry that they believed so much so that these people were doing what they turned out to do.
Mm-hmm. And is that what you're doing in the background to lead you to believe some shit like that? Like, people don't, like, I don't operate like that. I don't mix the two. It's insane.
Megan said, I think they thought Julie's case against BJ was going to help Granny's Watching's case. And since it didn't, they put Julie in the TikTok closet until tomorrow is over. I'm calling it. Well, right now, 11:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 13th. Megan is calling it. Oh, shit, Giselle, thank you. Gifted 5 Big Worm memberships. Welcome to the Hippie Hut. Thank you. Right. Thank you again, Giselle. Make sure to thank her if you got a membership from Giselle. Right, Bog. Jones, and the whole conspiracy goes back to Kramit's Dark Side Ladies video. I remember that. All the people mentioned in that video have been connected to fuck stuff. UA, Petty, Brit P, Charmin Ultra Soft. I absolutely agree. I agree. They have all been connected in some fuck shit. Okay? I agree with that. But I feel like they think that Brittany, nonsense, you, Jay's people, y'all are all also in some fuck shit. That's what they think.
Entertainment. We're here to go over stuff, review this, that, and the other.
And I think that y'all think that about each other. And yes, people are into fuck shit. Everybody has done something, I feel like. But still, what's the end point of it? Okay, everybody did fuck shit. What's past that? You know?
And you got these bitches over there sitting and just bringing it real life. Granny wouldn't have had to go real life only but to defend her fucking self.
I'm excited to make
But it's being made out that there's a big conspiracy. I know that. Some subscribers know that, but others don't. Do I think there are people that are in the background talking to people that they don't publicly acknowledge? Yeah, absolutely.
I think that on both sides.
Do I think that people didn't get rid of supposedly crime reels when they said they would? Yeah, sure. But so
I believe that too.
What? Like, what are these people? Like, what is the big?
But who has to decide to get rid of Chroma Reels? Why was it pushed to get rid of Chroma Reels? Okay, she was in fuck shit. Hadn't everybody been? That's what I'm saying. It's all of everybody pointing fingers at each other that has had some part of something.
And I don't get it. Maybe that's why. But I don't get what is the big end goal.
I
don't even think it's a matter of wanting to sit with Jay. I think she sit with Jay because there was nowhere else to sit because she didn't like Jay. I don't. A lot of people are blaming Nonsense's actions on Jay, and it's not. It's just an easy cop out to say, oh, she got in her head, or she's the reason she's doing this, or whatever. And it's not. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
I don't
But
know
I
how
don't
anybody
understand
can
it.
sit with Jay.
I
don't know.
don't.
Well, big girl, you're saying I don't know how anybody could sit with Jay. Granny still likes Jay. Just saying. And you sitting out there talking that shit.
I don't get where it came from. I don't understand it. I don't, I don't know why it was like, oh, well, I just don't fucking get it. And I'm not going to be made out to be the bad guy because I didn't go along and run alongside her with a narrative that I didn't fucking understand. And I don't even know where it fully came from. I'm just not. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Nanny.
It's crazy. I
It
hate
is
all of
crazy.
this. And
Yep.
it's crazy. I
It
hate
is
all of
crazy.
this. And
I do
again,
too.
and I still to this day have not said a bad word about her.
Yes, you've talked your shit. I wouldn't say like she's like called her out her name like Clue and them have, but she's underhandedly kind of talked her shit about nonsense.
I haven't said a bad word about her. The most I said was yesterday about the whole stay away from Jay, blah, blah, blah. And then today.
What about the first kick lives? When you was on there talking your shit about her coverage of Julie. What about that one?
Well, at some point when Jay was in BJ's chat, reality said
I gotta go grab a drink.
Go ahead.
Let me address this really quick. Don't think for 1 minute I'm new to YouTube and I don't
hold
know.
on.
And keep right.
I can't go get a drink yet. Let me rewind it long enough for me. Okay, we're at 17. Let's go back to 15, and then I'll jump back to 17. I need to go grab a drink. BRB.
But it's being made out that there's a big conspiracy. I know that. Some subscribers know that, but others don't. Do I think there are people that are in the background talking to people that they don't publicly acknowledge? Yeah, absolutely. Do I think that people didn't get rid of supposedly crime reels when they said they would? Yeah, sure. But so what? Like, what are these people? Like, what is the big? And I don't get it. Maybe that's why. But I don't get what is the big end goal. I don't even think it's a matter of wanting to sit with Jay. I think she's sitting with Jay because there was nowhere else to sit because she didn't like Jay. I don't.
Not at all.
A lot of people are blaming Nonsense's actions on Jay, and it's not. It's just an easy cop out to say, oh, she got in her head, or she's the reason she's doing this, or whatever. And it's not. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not.
I don't
But
know
I
how
don't
anybody
understand
can
it.
sit with Jay.
I don't get where it came from. I don't understand it. I don't, I don't know why it was like, oh, well, I just don't fucking get it. And I'm not going to be made out to be the bad guy
All right,
because I didn't go
did I? Ooh, right on time. We're just gonna let it roll.
along and run alongside her with a narrative that I didn't fucking understand. And I don't even know where it fully came from. I'm just not. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's crazy. I
It
hate
is
all of this.
crazy.
And
Yep.
Nanny, she does.
it's crazy. I
It
hate
is
all of
crazy.
this. And
I do
again,
too.
and I still to this day have not said a bad word about her. I haven't said a bad word about her. The most I said was yesterday about the whole stay away from Jay, blah, blah, blah. And then today.
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Don't forget the blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
At some point
I want to suck your blood.
when Jay was in BJ's chat, reality said something to the. Go ahead.
Let me address this really quick. Don't think for 1 minute I'm new to YouTube and I don't know and keep record of everything, not just messages.
You talk too fucking much.
Just say that, okay?
Absolutely.
Not just messages.
Mm.
I've learned a long time ago because of situations like this to never take a phone call and not have it recorded.
Oh.
And that's,
So she's already tossed out some scoops of ice cream about Nonsense talking shit about Jay, and now she's saying she's got like recorded phone calls to protect herself
awful.
in a two-party state.
It is awful, but it's because of situations like this.
Right.
She did go up there just to stir the shit. That's exactly what she did.
And yesterday,
Bored bitch.
I will say this, Granny. Yesterday, reality, said to Jay on panel, she was like, well, if Jay will cover her, meaning you, and Jay was like, I haven't been talking about her.
Jay knows
the
it.
fact of the matter is, because the fact of the matter is, me and Jay didn't have this big falling out. Everybody else had a big.
No, they didn't. Granny's watching just chose to leave that friendship, I guess.
Falling out. Right. I'm not brand new, be fancy. Never have been.
So I mean, there's that. I mean, take.
And I'm sorry, but if Granny is telling nonsense that, she has to keep this certain way for the public, it's like, I could believe if she's telling Jay the same thing.
What you will, but I mean, she did say that. She's like, and I was like, why do you feel like that's going to happen? Reality.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like they're just they're
thinking.
so.
That's what it is. They're wishful thinking. They're trying to get, and it's crazy. And then, listen, I get it. I get that people want or need content, but blame Jess in our community because no one cared about her Julie coverage. Well, I heard the other day that I inserted myself into Brittany and Julie's court, but I also heard 100 times over that I didn't insert myself enough. So like, I really don't fucking get it. I don't care. Yeah.
It was absolutely like that. People were complaining. Oh yeah. And well, I addressed this yesterday, but I'm going to go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Shit. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
I've received plenty of emails that this is nothing new. That's all I was going to say. Like, I've had people
here's another scoop
come out of the woodworks with emails to say, hey, this is my experience, this experience, this is this, and I it's nothing new. And you can say I also received correspondence that others have had where she's bad mouthing Jay. I'm not really looking at.
That's the second time we don't want repeat flavors. Give us something new.
Do all that. It's obvious. You can go back and listen to her own content. They warned Jay about the dog handler being fake and blah, blah, blah. You can all hear it yourself. I'm not looking to have this big back and forth. She may hate me now, but I never hated her. I never even understood why any of this happened. And quite frankly, I'm tired of shit like this happening because I feel like the content that others received from me, that's fine. You can think that all you want, Tara, because you don't know if I was in Pennsylvania or not. And actually, it's only wiretapping.
So Tara, I don't know if it's Tara K, but Tara clocked her on the two-party state and recording phone calls. So keep listening.
If you do certain actions with it, Tara, but not. And actually, it's only wiretapping if you do certain actions with it. Tara.
Like actions of threatening or veiled threats on a YouTube platform. Hello.
Tara, but good try, sweetheart. I have a lawyer. You're not a lawyer.
Hey, Val. Glad to see you, love.
The fact that like shit like this even happens on the internet just sucks entirely. Like, how did somebody turn around one day, but the facts aren't even there? Then get the fuck out of my chat. You don't stand with facts. You're one of the people.
Get out of her chat, Tara.
When I go back and forth running your mouth because you don't like the way certain people say shit. That's what the fuck you run with. You run from chat to chat, talking shit, running your mouth, stirring shit up so you can get a little pat on the back. Congratulations. Here's your pat on the back. Can't stand people like you.
Right, my dad's fave, always starting shit.
And not look at the fact that they're just spiraling. Go ahead and
not just you and Tara. There was somebody else earlier. Coco, Tara. Who else was it earlier? Somebody else she mentioned, and I thought it was one of ours. Hey, there's too many of y'all running around.
And do that. Say everybody else around this person's a bad person. Yet ask yourselves, why the fuck were they cool with them for over 2 years? If everybody's such a bad person, why didn't they speak up sooner?
True.
Why just now? And the community before that, and the community before that, and a friend before that, and a friend before that. Me and my people been here.
Right.
Damn, she keeps repeating that. Yeah, you've been here. You and your people have been here. And Nonsense and her people have been together. But I get what Granny's saying is Nonsense and her people have been together. She has her community, but they kind of float around because, they're like a floating island. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Getting obsessed on shit.
I think whatever. I don't even need to think. It just is what it is, and I'm
one
over it.
Community to the next, being obsessed about shit.
Mm-hmm.
Called out the new messages that just came out. Why, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's and that's right? Nonsense kept saying, I don't expect Granny to call out the Julie thing. I don't expect Granny to acknowledge all this, but you did expect it. You do have these expectations, and when people fall short of your expectations, you try to diminish them as a person. The fact of the matter is, as good as
moving. Like, do they move though? They don't like typically move, right? Bog.
Nonsense wants to say she was a friend of mine. I was also a good friend of hers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I didn't mean to get you worked up. I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you fucking did. It's almost over, y'all.
And Kick is not YouTube, it's another platform. Why are they? You know what else, Tara? I can't stand people like you, and I'll tell you why. Because on one hand, you people sit around and act like you guys are tired of the real life, tired of people, with the lawsuits and this and that. But then you come in, you draw some criminal code. First of all, fucking sue me then. Accuse me of wiretapping and fucking sue me. Go ahead and do that. Second.
She is triggered about getting clocked by Tara.
Secondly, you're the same people, though, that are over dramatizing everything. And you're the same people that overlook, so it's okay to FOIA if you're doing this. It's okay to write to a prosecutor if you're doing it for this reason. It's okay to insert yourself so much so that you're mentioned at a court hearing. Well, because you guys believe it's okay because you stand on what you stand on. But then still point your fingers at others because it's not okay when so-and-so does it, or this is wrong, or that is wrong. Well, who are you all to say what is wrong and what isn't? Who are you?
I think nobody is in a position to say what is wrong, excuse me, or right. But I think everybody has a position, a stance of what they feel is wrong or right. And everybody's allowed to that.
You all to say where the line is drawn. There is no drawn line at this point anymore. And the more people recognize that, the better off you'll be.
True, and it's because all y'all fucking let the chaos in.
Stop trying to hold people accountable to where you believe the moral line is when you yourself overcross it all the time. Nobody in this sector is better than anybody, or you wouldn't be in this sector. Nobody says.
I agree with that part.
On a pedestal here. Nobody's above anybody. Nobody's higher than any.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I might be being conceited. Maybe I'm crazy, but I ain't never dry begged. I ain't never grifted. I ain't never done no fundraisers. I ain't never been sued by no crazy shit in a missing child's case. I ain't never done none of that. I ain't done none of that.
Anybody. We're all tragedy pimps. You can say you're calling them out, but you're doing the same fucking thing as the person you're calling out. Everybody's in the same fucking muddy arena here. It's stupid. Stupid to act otherwise.
To an extent,
I find
I do
serious
agree
is the lawsuits that I'm in, the way these things have impacted my real life, all of that. I don't really give a fuck who's secretly talking to Kramen, who's secretly talking to crime of reels, and who's doing this and who's doing that. I said,
look at the fucking CCs, the closed captions. Look at it. Oh, look at it.
Give a fuck who's secretly talking to Kramen, who's secretly
Kramen
really talking to crime of reels and
Chromobiles. That's funny as fuck.
Who's doing this and who's doing that. I said it 100 times over. I don't believe for 1 minute that Jay was ever working with that night, because nothing I ever confided in Jay with became part of my record with that night. People can try to intertwine it and muddy it and make these accusations and this and that. I don't believe it because none of it has ever came to be.
Well, I think Clue and them are the ones that think Jay was working with that night.
In the real world. And has never surpassed a YouTube live stream. And there are some people that are so riled up in this, they're so enthralled in it, that they can't disconnect. And it's sad.
Stella.
And it breaks my heart for them. And at the end of the day,
I went ahead and recorded that part because it's like, this goes for her too. I feel like,
past a YouTube live stream. And there are some people that are so riled up in this, they're so enthralled in it, that they can't disconnect. And it's sad.
Girl.
And it breaks my heart for them. And at the end of the day, I cared greatly for Nonsense. I trusted her. I wanted to believe that she was a good person, that her intents were pure, that she meant what she said. I didn't switch up. I didn't do anything differently. I went to her several times privately to prevent anything like this from happening. If she wants to hate me because I stay friendly with Clue, but you were friendly with Clue a week prior, fine, whatever, so be it. At the end of the day, though, this is crazy. All of it is crazy.
It is.
Unnecessary. I mean, suddenly it's hiding when you're on.
But you all play a part in it. So the one screaming it's crazy and unnecessary is part of causing all of the chaos.
On Kick, was it hiding when they were going on Kick? Like suddenly my gifts and goes are questionable. Were they questionable when you were asking me if I needed you to throw a fundraiser for me? And what was my response?
We need those receipts.
Just taking all this money and not spending it where it needs to be. Why wouldn't I say to you, yes, I do need another I need another fundraiser? Why would I tell you how much was raised? Why would I do any of that?
Oh, receipts. Let's see them.
I trusted her. And shame on me for doing so.
All right, that's it. That's it for that one. So then I think this one was after that. This is on Madison's.
again. And I rolled right back into what I was doing with content. That's that. Never once did I accuse Granny's gives and goes of being fraudulent. If I said they lack transparency, they do. And that's not a fucking lie. It is hard for people to decipher which is for which. And those are things that we have talked about all along because I care. I actually care because I know that people that dislike her are going to use that just like they do to Brittany. They're going to use that to find any angle for you to.
Kim said that shit looked like her talk to text. It did.
About the lack of transparency, and especially when you are in court cases. You know, the thing that I have always stood for is transparency and your right to defend yourself.
Girl, stop. Tell yourself that.
And I support that fully. But what I don't support is when you get your ass caught up in a bunch of fucking bullshits. You allow your mods to come out here once again and gaslight you, lie to you, and you go the fuck off and say all the things out front. Never called you a fraud. Never said your gifts and goes were fraudulent. Said they lack transparency. I stand on that. They do. I don't even recall you having 2 of them. You're claiming that we had that conversation. We could have. There's been so much that has happened. I could have known, but I know about the one. Again, they both lack transparency of which is to which and what amount of money you need. That's as simple as it is. But your friends out here throwing the words like fraud around when we have things like this going on, I think you need.
So Nonsense said they lack transparency. The mods, I told y'all somebody would take a bone, carry it back, and 9 times out of 10, Granny ain't gonna check it.
Need to slow the fuck down. Or don't. That's a you thing, not a me thing. Admitting that you.
This is literal proof right in front of you.
Think you need to slow the fuck down. Or don't. That's a you thing, not a me thing. Now admitting that you had recorded my phone calls. So you went into our quote unquote friendship with nefarious purposes. That's all that.
I mean, yeah.
Tells me. That tells me you've been this way all along. Again, release them.
I never even recorded a phone call between me and the bee. The fuck?
Please do. Please fucking do.
It's not worth it. To me, it's not worth it to record phone calls.
Performed.
If you find out that you're behind the scenes in some fuck shit with the people you're surrounding yourself with, you are the one that can actively make that choice to remove yourself from it. That's all it takes.
Please do. Please fucking do. And then
I don't think I have either.
Once again, you perform for your audience and turn the tears on for emotional manipulation.
I don't want to say I haven't, because I probably have, like, my long-term boyfriend from high school. I probably did. Well,
I said very clearly what I said, Bob. There is no misreading what I said or why I said it. I said the gives and goes. The 2 of them lack transparency. Never once did I accuse.
No, you know what's dumb? What's even worse? What's dumber? Stevie says people who record calls are another level of dumb. No, what's dumb is the people that then trust the people that once recorded their friends' phone calls.
Screening your fraud. I said if we need a lesson in fraud, it won't be me that we highlight. You know why? Because the same thing that's been done to Brittany about her gifts and go could and will be done to Granny, as she knows. Because people dislike her in the space that they come from. This is what they do. It won't be me.
And she knew about the cancer fund. She knew about it. I've got screenshots. Let me add them. Hold on. Let this play. Let me add them.
But they will absolutely and have, y'all know it, demanded transparency because they have an issue with it. And there are people that support her right to defend herself, but are starting to feel some sort of way. That's not on me. People have been addressing it in chats and saying stuff about it and speaking up, trying to protect her, trying to actually get in front of this so there is not the opportunity of them to say it is fraud. Yeah, unfiltered opinion. She admitted to recording our phone calls today like it was some sort of weird flex. All it does is make them sound
yeah, it's not
crazy
a flex.
To me. Like, that's just fucking weird to me.
Not a flex at all.
Weird as shit, but whatever.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
Absolutely, Amy, and we've watched that. And that was a big, huge conversation that we used to have all the time. Is avoid these things. Avoid these situations from happening in the future. Get in front of it. Be transparent. I actually suggested a trust numerous times. The people you have chosen to sit by that have gassed you up and misled you have really done you no good. But you have done yourself no good. You have really been the one to do yourself no good. And here, because I'm talking about it and I feel it's only fair, let me show you what I'm talking about with the gives and goes. Again, I completely support the right for her to defend herself and have fully supported it all along, monetarily, promoting them, everything. But you're not going to continue to sit out here and act like you don't know what's going on as your mods continue to take shot after shot and lie on me. And I'm supposed to just take it. You're right, I fired a shot. Sure did. And it landed exactly where I thought it would. You just proved once again the ridiculousness of what is happening.
Yeah, look. To Nenny's point, Nenny said this chick 100 made a fund for her non-existent cancer, and you're gonna say now this fund isn't transparent? And that was my point to what you said, is that she knew that, right? She knew that going in. This is one. The past 8 days have put a tremendous toll on me, both mentally and physically, as we approach the second week of the endless harassment, false allegation, emotional terrorism, and downright outrageous behavior of blank. It's clearly past the YouTube drama level. So this is one of the fundraisers, I think, for Lycan. My famous non-private private area is allegedly in need of many things, but whatever isn't used for that will go towards our family vacation before I don't die. I appreciate all of you. Okay, there's that one. I'm raising $5,000 until June 16th, 23 for attorney fund. Can you help? That was probably Lycan too. I don't know. Combat. Combat libel, slander, emotional terrorism. I hijacked these from JP. And the GoFundMe for the flight to Florida for the non-existent cancer. Okay, so just to Nenny's point, I just wanted to show those because I had them in my possession.
And I don't know how any of you can be shocked that transparency is needed with stuff like this, considering what we are watching. People even ask. So here's one.
And that don't even include the shit with, I think, if I'm not mistaken, she raised some money for the Kim and Kraft and bullshit that didn't go in her favor either.
Again,
yeah, well, yeah, they were all separate fundraisers, like for mostly for the same 2 or 3 things, but different points of money for each thing.
They're very necessary for people, but I think it actually harms the long term for a lot of people when there is a lack of transparency. Give me 1 second. Let me grab this. Hold on. Which one do I have up?
Yeah, and she would.
I think this is the second one.
You're right, user.
All right.
She
So,
knew. She knew about it because sometimes she would say things and we would make a point back at her about the situation. So
this one that
she
says
knew.
Abusing the court system through frivolous filings, the right to free speech and abuse of court. On October 18th. So this one.
Yeah, revenge porn. She spread around some dude's dick pic. She sued a guy on here and got a RO when she was in it just as much as he was. She is not a good person. That was Lycan.
Should be the Pennsylvania one. But for newbies, they don't know. And it goes on to talk about, I was served with a complaint and an injunction seeking to take away my right to free speech, but I dogged the bounty hunter and 10 other plaintiffs who have a free.
Kim, I think it's because, like, in response to Greenie going live on Kick and talking her shit and telling Jay not to trust nonsense, Nonsense's clapback included what she said about the GoFundMe's not being transparent. I mean, it's just part of the petty girl.
Free lawyer on their side. They bring this action in Pennsylvania, so I knew that this was the Pennsylvania one. But people have been questioning this shit.
I have seen. Never mind.
Chat. Don't pretend that we haven't seen people asking questions about this, because they have. It's not on me to fucking respond. I don't have any idea of what's going on with the funds whatsoever.
Yes, she was involved in that baby's diary. Yep.
That's what it is. Goes on to say they bring this action in Pennsylvania on the back of a missing child out of Tennessee.
You can find all of that on Call It As I See It. I'll drop the link.
Their claim is that they are a private intelligence group despite not being licensed as such. And our commentary based around this public topic is preventing them from doing their services. But if you read their filing of over 300 pages, you see nothing showing that. Just them highlighting their hurt egos and a bunch of nonsensical ramblings, not based in fact. They claim that myself and the other defendant, who also happens to be located in Pennsylvania where the free lawyer can practice law, are a RICO organization because of our simple or similar topics, which points out their perceived fraud and a large majority of the overall audience following the story of the missing teenager seen through their facade. Unfortunately, despite being frivolous, it does cost money to fight. We did a slap and response.
That link will take you to everything you need to see.
Which points out that the filing is strategic lawsuit against public participation. The slap filing, for anybody that doesn't know, is in appeals. So the slap was ruled on and granted, rightfully so. I mean, this was the most ridiculous law filing you'll ever see. The exhibits didn't even make it to the court case. They put them on their public website.
They know about all this, but they defend it. She kind of talks around it in circles.
Fully have supported their right to defend themselves against these claims, proudly, and stated so repeatedly yesterday. We did file a slap and response, which points out that this filing, blah, blah, blah. But while waiting for the judge's ruling, they went and filed an emergency gag order that was tossed out. The irony, I know. Unfortunately, this raises my need for financial assistance, and I'm desperately asking for your help to stand up against this legal harassment, intimidation, and attempt at financially draining me by a group of people who happen to have an attorney willing to participate in their abuse of the court system. I agree that Lesniak is a problem.
Yes.
Absolutely a problem.
Yes.
His connection to Nick, Dog, all of those guys, yeah, this is his hairline. It's a problem. There's a lot of situations around this that are problematic. Never going to deny that. So that's the first one. And you'll see here, there is no what she is requesting, anything like that. There is nothing here that shows how much she needs, how much she is collecting, anything. So are people asking questions? Absolutely. Absolutely there. And it's still active too. 53 minutes ago, which of course, but they were still.
So it's the one she's still collecting on is the one for Tony Mathis is what I'm going to take this as.
10 days, 1 month. So this is one that gets dropped. And then the second one. Here.
This one, maybe.
Is this one.
Okay, so that one was for At Night and Them.
Against lawfare. I became the target again of what I believe to be lawfare, a defamation lawsuit filed against me by Tony Mathis.
This one's the Tony Mathis.
Who's already a plaintiff against me in the PA RICO filing. That is true. Tony is a plaintiff. Unfortunately, he is now deceased in the PA filing. He was. And this was a separate suit. He brought it in Oklahoma. I strongly believe this individual is looking to mitigate current damages and drain my resources through another attempt at unnecessary legal battle, which is why I'm fighting. However, I'm a single mother and defending myself comes with significant legal costs, attorney's fees, court filings, and other related expenses that I simply cannot manage on my own. The legal system should never be used as a weapon to harass or silence others. With your help, I can stand up against the abusive process again and ensure people like this are held accountable. Any contribution, no matter the amount, would make a huge difference. If you are not in position to give, please consider sharing this with others who may be able to help. Your support, financial, emotional, and moral, means the world to me. With utmost gratitude, Granny's watching.
I did. When I look back on, how upset I would get with the information that Seth was putting out, I cringe. If you don't, something's wrong.
Again, this is currently still collecting 11 days ago, 23 days ago. And I'm assuming the mods just rotate which one. I don't know which one they drop or if they just grab one and drop it. I'm not really sure. But that is a problem for people that are seeking transparency, because new people to these spaces that don't know the difference between which was filed in Oklahoma, which was filed in Pennsylvania, what is for what, the totals that are needed, how much you need. Like, there are holes in this. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Granny is committing fraud in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I clearly stated that I supported her yesterday. But then Ashley Troy has to come out and make one of her fucking god-awful
Who's Ashley Troy?
Postings and call people names. And
Hold on. Did we just dox somebody?
Like, well, you want to talk about it? This is what people are talking about. People are actually asking questions about this. If we need to talk,
well, not dox, but reveal a name
about fraud, we're not going to be talking about me, bitch.
I missed that.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, newbies around here are seeing this because I do and have supported this person. Absolutely. The right to defend themselves. However, the concerning part for me is there's no movement in the Oklahoma case at all. We heard recently about a $23,000 bill that she woke up to, which she didn't provide transparency of which case that was for. But the RICO and racketeering injunction has been in appeals with no movement whatsoever
Who is that bug, and does she go by that name?
for months. So that it's not accumulating attorney's fees. That has been in appellate court for months. Now she has what she filed on return against BJ, which is the declaratory judgment. When BJ sent the C&D and then they filed the declaratory judgment and now that goes to court. Maybe she's accumulating fees there. I'm not really sure. It's none of my business at the end of the day, but let's not be stupid with our words, Ashley or Granny. Probably not a good situation for your mod to be out here calling people frauds and lying about them and then doing everything but showing transparency on Give Sign Goes when you're in a legal fight that I have fully supported. Absolutely. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't twist what I've said. Stop playing fucking games. It's really not that fucking hard. This isn't really fucking hard. But now you came out here and put on a performance. Cue the tears even. Bragged about recording phone calls with me, which is, according to you, in previous statements that you've made and talked about illegal in Pennsylvania. In fact, I think that was made out to be a big deal about what an illegal situation. Be real, 100% it is, in my opinion. And her and I have had those conversations. She knew I was concerned about giving the people that were against this any opportunity to do that and say that. I was really hopeful that there would be full transparency. And hopefully there will be. But you're not going to come out here and twist and make a performance and put on the tears and do all this bullshit off of shit that wasn't even fucking said.
Okay.
Absolutely. 100%, Alex. Agreed. Like I said, it's not a flex in any way, shape, or form to come out here and try to puff your chest at me because it's something I didn't even say. That's the craziest part of this whole thing, too, is she's all...
Yeah, it is. She makes a good point. Why did she come on crying about needing $23K out of nowhere when neither of the lawsuits were moving? That sounds scammy, in my opinion.
Bent out of shape over something that I didn't even fucking say. She knows that those lack transparency. She knows that people are going to glom onto that. She knows exactly what's going to happen in this situation because they're using it against Brittany. They're doing the exact same thing, and Granny's not immune from this. Does Granny think that the same thing that's being done to Brittany isn't going to turn around and be done to her?
All right. So, I don't know, as the YouTube world turns, what's going to happen on the next live. These hoes, the way they go back and forth, we've all been through it. We've all done it. But shit, we've been predicting this since been predicting this. Shoot. The docket does not prove Granny paid anything. Well, that's what the B used to tell everybody. Go check the docket. Go check the docket. Well, that doesn't have money amounts. We need to know incoming versus outgoing. We need to know what you got and what you paid. That's numbers, 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 baby. Numbers. Just no. The docket doesn't give that. It's a schedule, not a receipt. That's right. I'm too bare. Like sands through the hourglass. Like poop through the pipes. The internet turns. I hate y'all, but I love y'all too. All right. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Please make sure to hit the like or dislike, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Later, Gators. Bye.